this. Yeah, man, we got some behind the scenes
Internet
shit going
drama.
on. Internet drama,
Yeah.
Before we just went live, they just called each other a pussy. Anyway, let me just get into this. Debate
Fucked up.
14. We are live now. I'm Ice White, creator of Game Global. I'll be acting as moderator and hosting this debate between Markus Wolf and Deepak Dating. Super chats, $5 USD or more, will be read out, potentially increasing according to demand. Check the pinned comment for that. Deepak, since you are the challenger, is there somewhere you want to start?
Okay, so I can introduce myself. So I'm Deepak, the first generation immigrant from India and living in the West almost like 20 years now. And I'm gaming since 2010 and teaching since 2013. I started teaching in German language, then I shifted to English language internationally. And right now, I'm confident to say that I'm the best dating coach in the entire world for all races, including white, when it comes to meeting girls in daytime scenario. And I can defend this claim in a debate or in Infield. I have the proof of my success and my student success in my product Dating Infields Domination. That is the product of the century. And again, English is not my language, first language, but what matters is results. So that's how it is. So that's my introduction. And yeah, Markus.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
You
man?
want to introduce?
So
Yeah,
everybody knows him or what?
Yeah, Markus Wolf. You guys probably already know me from Ultimate Man Project. I am the greatest pickup artist of all time. All right, my company is the best in the world. We guarantee you sleep with 1,000 women every single boot camp you take. All right, if anyone wants to challenge me, all right, let me know. But otherwise, yeah, what did you want to talk about, Deepak? There was a
Yeah.
list of topics that I think was sent over to me.
Yes.
Did you want to work through some of those? I'm not actually sure what we're debating on or what you disagree with me on or what the topic
Yeah,
is necessarily, but
we go
hit
one
me.
by one. We go one by one, no problem. So
Mhm.
I think I have seen you one time in Warsaw. You were teaching some Indian guys there in 2023, if I remember. We met at that time, and
Cool.
it is interesting. So like a lot of guys have came to me also, and first I like what you teach actually. First I want to know from you like what you teach.
What do I teach?
Yeah, what is your system? Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, you have never seen my system or read about it or seen
No,
any of
I
my
just
content?
wanted to know. So then we will ask question from there, and we go deeper and deeper from there. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're talking about night game, cold approach,
Mm-hmm.
then my system usually revolves around emotional roller coaster and expression. So I think that's probably the most important thing when you're first opening. Then it revolves around building some level of value to create attraction. In
Mm-hmm.
my worldview, sexualization is probably the easiest way to get there for most guys. Now, look, if you're like Dan B, or you got a private jet and 20 girls around you, or you're a famous DJ or some shit, that's probably going to beat out on some sexualization for sure. But a lot of guys don't have access to that or the ability to become like a world famous DJ. So outside of that, if you have some level of sexual understanding, sexual authority, an ability to give it a girl incredible time, and you can communicate with her, then that's usually going to outrank a lot of things. You can build attraction outside of relying on looks, for example. So with a combination of expressiveness, emotional roller coaster, sexual understanding and authority, and overall just female psychology and understanding is a huge DHV there as well. That can lead to attraction. And then the next part is going to be objection handling. So, I mean, I have a whole system just within objection handling. And then after that, it's creating like a casual sexual frame, which a lot of the DHV is going to do for you. And then, depends how deep you want to go,
Okay.
we can talk about retention. I think almost everyone I've ever seen in the dating space has horrible retention. So that's something that we pride ourselves on and teach and allow students to actually not just sleep with a girl once, but multiple times. All right.
So like when you said like sexualization, what you do exactly in sexualization?
Okay, I feel like this is turning into a lesson. So when it comes to
You don't need to
sexualization, there's
you don't need to explain me completely in detail, just in a short version. Yes.
cool. So there's three parts to it, right? There's going to be number one, which is sexual understanding. I want to show the girl some key principles that I know she's a girl that is feminine, that even if she is fucking confident and whatever in her daily life, that this is a girl that inherently loves sex and loves to be able to let go and be in a feminine space. So enjoys dominance. So I want to show some understanding towards that. Also understanding that, you know, she probably has some fantasies that other guys wouldn't be aware of. Number two, I want to show some level of authority around that. So not only do I understand what she wants, but I have the ability to give it. So you can talk now about BDSM, you can talk about Tantra, you can talk about just taking the lead. And then number three is going to be sexual emotion. So allowing her to actually feel horny, not just sit there with a piece of paper saying this guy's good in bed, but actually experience that, being led to like, oh, I can envision what's about to happen. And that turns me on. It takes her from the mind to her pussy that starts to get wet. So those are roughly the three phases of sexual teaching.
So it's more about selling sex, yes?
That's what you took from that?
Yeah, it's more about it's about like selling sex.
Yeah? No, you're not. No, I don't charge girls to sleep with me. I don't try to convince them to sleep with me.
It's not like charging. It's like, you know, what you are like giving, sexual experience. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's like
you are like selling sex.
Okay, maybe there's I wouldn't.
The framing of that. Yes.
Yeah, the framing of that is off to me. But yeah, if you want to look at it as like selling sex, sure. But I would rather see it as her seeing you as a man that is like sexually competent, understands her on a deeper sexual level, and get us to the point that she realizes sex with you is going to be incredible. Now, you could call that selling if you want. I like if I dressed up well and went to the gym, I wouldn't consider it like selling my body to the girl. But yeah, sure. Like if you want to get healthy and have your body as like something that builds attraction, then sure, I guess you'd call it selling your body.
Okay, so like you're saying like when you sexualize and then you talk about sex to the girl, like, you know, something like so okay, so the question is here, very interesting. So like a guy can talk about sex. It can only work when he is already on that attraction threshold.
No, this is what builds the attraction.
It is not going to build the attraction. If the guy is not on the attraction, if he's not on the attraction threshold, because now let me prove it. Because if a guy, the girl can talk about sex when she is talking to a just best friend. It is not going to work if the guy, if she is not seeing him attractive. It is not going to work. Make sense or not?
No, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. She can talk to she can talk to any guy. She can talk to best friend about sex. This thing. But if she is not aroused, if she is not attracted to him, it is not going to work.
What do you mean by work?
It would not going to work. She's not going to sleep with him.
Yeah, that's why there's three levels. So I agree with you. On level one, if you're just talking about sex and maybe you show some sexual understanding. So like, oh, I can tell you want a more dominant man. And, you know, I can tell that you're listen, a lot of guys think you're very like,
down more deeper. Let's
hang on, let me just hang on, let me finish. Let me finish. Sorry. So yeah, level one could just be showing an understanding. I don't think any girl is going to go from level one to fucking you unless there's a lot of other attraction triggers at play, obviously. But that's why there's three levels. You need to take her to the third level, which is emotional.
Everything is only going to work when she is seeing you attractive. So
yes,
listen,
and you build attraction through the sexualization.
I give example here. So let's see if, like in the old days, there were like porn movies in the old days. Yeah, I don't know if you have seen some
porn movie now, but
10 years, 20 years ago. So when we were young. So in the movies, if you have seen, there's like a girl and there is a guy. The girl is sleeping with a guy with a particular stereotype. He's a good-looking white guy, fairly good build, everything. So there is like the girl is finding him sexually attractive. That's why he is sleeping with him. it is majority of the time it is happening that the guy is normally like very attractive, good looking guy.
I mean,
Tall,
I don't even know
white.
if that's
Let me
true.
finish. Let me finish.
Yeah,
Let me
go
finish.
for it.
And that is something that there is the girl find him attractive and she is sleeping with him. That is like a one level. So when we are talking about sexualization, if the girl finding the guy attractive, only then it will work. If the girl is not finding attractive, it is not going to work. If you are attractive person, then you don't need sexualization anyway. Let's break it down again. Listen. So there's a rock star doing a concert, yeah? So very famous rock star is doing in Sydney or anywhere in New York or something. After the concert is finished, and some girl on the backstage want to meet him, and then she sleep him. So there she don't need that rock star do not need sexualization. The rock star do not need any comfort. So what is the most important thing you need to focus on is the attraction. 90% of the game is all about attraction. Do you understand that?
You're missing the point a little bit here.
If you are on that level, then you're just laughing. If you are on that level, you don't even need to sexualization that much because girl will sleep with you.
I agree. Yeah, but you're missing a little bit of the point of what I'm saying.
Okay, tell me what I'm missing.
So traditionally, the way we look at attraction is you're good looking, or you have charisma, or you have like a nice job and career, the ability to lead. Like we have like a list of attraction triggers, right? You could think about. Do you agree with this so far?
They're like other things. There are other things of attraction. 90% of the game is about attraction. This is the problem. If a guy is a good-looking guy, okay, he's taking a base value of attraction, and then from there he's moving things forward.
Okay, so
I don't know if you. Let me finish. I don't know if there is a one Swedish guy on steroid. I have seen many times in your team. This Lindenberg, Alex Lindenberg, he was working or he's working with you. And this guy was teaching some some brown guys from Telangana. Yeah. So the question was like,
okay, you're getting off topic. You interrupted me to begin with. So what I'm saying is, no. You interrupted me. I was asking you the question. Yeah, I was asking you the question of there's traditionally, there's things that build attraction that we think of, right? So looks, charisma, blah, blah, right? And then typically the way we think about it is once you have the attraction, so you mentioned the rock star, is now you can sexualize. So now if I start touching the girl, she's going to be receptive to that and she's going to enjoy it. If you have zero attraction, you're not going to be able to like touch a girl and sexualize and her like it, right? You're not going to be able to go up to her and say like, hey, I like want to fuck your brains out, and she's going to like it. But we're talking about different things. I'm talking about building a level of sexual authority, and you're thinking about it as sexualizing on the girl. So the difference here would be, you could take a guy that isn't that attractive and maybe he starts talking to the girl and it starts at level 1 and maybe he says like, what type of guy do you usually like? You can share that with her. Then, right, this works for me. If I now bring up that I'm a sex coach, right? I teach men how to be better in bed. I've had women that were absolutely have zero attraction for me. When I mention that, everything changes. Okay. Now they want to stick around. Now they want to ask me more questions. Now they want to hear more about it. If a girl knows that you have either a pre-selection or you're really good in bed or you have an ability to give her an amazing time or you understand her on a deeper level, these are all things that build attraction. So what I'm saying is if the girl perceives you as just this nerdy guy, right? You want to change that. You want to disagree with her a little bit. You want to give her some shit. Now she's like, oh, this guy isn't a nerdy little guy, right? Then she thinks, oh, he's a virgin. Then you start talking about, either girls you slept with, or you start talking about sexual authorities. I said you can bring up BDSM, Tantra. And now she's like, oh, this guy knows how to fuck. So suddenly the perception she has of you changes. She starts to actually build attraction. And now when it comes time to sexualizing, if you try to fucking make out with her or you want to take her home and you want to have sex with her, now that the word you use works. So it's about building attraction through sexual authority.
No, this is not how it works. And then you said you are saying
Why doesn't
about
it work?
touching, yeah? Okay, I'll explain you. So you said like
Please
touching
explain.
when the attraction is there, yeah? You are saying like when you there was one guy who came to me that he said like these UMP guys, they are telling me that I should not touch because it breaks the sexual
Correct.
tension.
Correct.
This is
Yes.
wrong. This is wrong because
Why
touching
is it?
amplify the attraction. Touching, and if you are touching the girl in a right way, it amplifies the attraction. So the
You
real
would-
game is you are starting with a base attraction level, Indian guy, brown guy, or some white guy. You have a base attraction level based on your physical looks. Then you have to amplify the attraction, and when you are amplifying the attraction there, if you are touching the girl in a specific way, then attraction is amplified, and then you don't need sexualization anymore.
Can you tell me how
It
does
is
touching
you
increase
can do
attraction?
it, but
Explain
it
to
is
me the
just last
psychology.
10%. That is last
It-
10%. Yeah.
Explain to me the psychology how touching increases attraction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When you're touching the girl in a right way, that is more emotional, not sexual. You amplify the attraction. The way you speaking with the girl, the way you speak, the way you motion, when you handle her objection in an emotional way, that's where you are amplifying the attraction. That is where the real game works. And when you are doing this thing, because when you able to evoke in her the feeling she likes you, if she likes you, by the end of the interaction, then the deal is already done. Then you just meet the girl in the date, she will come to meet you on the date, and then she will fuck you. Let me explain it another way. Imagine, maybe I don't know if you have seen my Infields. Imagine a good looking guy, yeah? So a good looking guy, uh, good looking white guy is going to a girl and hey, like, you're cute, I want to, maybe you like I mean, you tell you, whenever you said an example of an incel or guy who is not good with girl, then you're talking about some bald Indian nerd. Yeah. So
Yeah, we can get to that. I feel like you're getting way off
I'm
topic.
in
My
front of
question
you anyway.
was, my
So,
question was,
okay,
what is the
so good
mechanism
looking. So let me
behind?
finish.
What is the mechanism
Good looking
behind
guy.
you
So
building
no.
attraction from touching?
So let me finish. A good looking guy is going to a girl. Hey, like, you're cute and want to talk to you, and this. Maybe it's Alex Lindenberg, and the girl gave him number, and she come to meet him in a date. Correct. So I go, guy like me go, and he's doing his game. It touched the girl. He escalate the girl, everything, get the number, and the girl meet me or the guy like me in date. So touching is, I am not touching the girl for seduction, sexualization. I am doing the touch, the kino escalation, to amplify the attraction. So in both cases, in his case, in my case, the girl is coming to meet me in date in both cases, but the strategy is different. He is doing just some basic guy game that work for some certain stereotype of the guy. And in my case, I am playing the tight game where I am amplifying the attraction and then evoking the feeling in the girl that she likes me. When the girl like me, I meet the girl, I take the girl home, and boom, boom. There's nothing. I don't need to do any fucking sexualization. This is all bullshit. Okay, listen. Imagine there's a one guy, he has to go from location A to location B. Yeah. There's a one guy, he has to go from location A to location B, and he is saying, okay, let's do it with the car, and he is having a GPS in his hand. So he is having a GPS in his hand, and he is going like, circling around and going to right turn and left turn and this and this and this and this, and then he reaches to location B, and then he say, oh, I made a very perfect strategy which teach you from location A to location B, but this guy is not telling that I have a GPS in the hand. So what I'm saying is that you or your team if a guy is already having base attraction level, you can say whatever you want. Oh, this is my strategy. I make the perfect strategy. This. But you're not telling the guys that I have already attraction, and then I can just talk like basic conversation. Oh, I can talk about tantra, I can talk about this. Oh, you like dominant guys. Oh, you like this guys. Oh, you like that kind of. Oh, you like to tide, you like to bang her behind the back, and this and this and this. Of course the girl is finding you attractive, and then you calibrate, it will work. Now you can, now, because on that time I met this guy. There was a guy from Mumbai who did coaching with you in Warsaw 2023. I just like accidentally met him. I also doing coaching. So this guy said like, yeah, what I do is I just go full sexual on the girl. This is what I teach. I go full sexual on the girl, and then I say like, this is what I learned. I said like, okay. And then he said, I don't know. I got complaint from some people that I am harassing the girls. And I said, I don't know, man. Like, what's going on? Maybe you have to do it more congruent, more grounded. You have to do. Yeah. So this is what you are teaching. The guy
Okay,
who
I'm
is not
sorry. Can
having the
we
base
Ice?
attracting level the guys are not having the base attraction, and you are teaching this kind of thing. And this is it has to be pointed out. There was
All right.
one guy
Ice. Can
from
we
Sri
stop
Lanka.
his rant for like 2 seconds? I've been sitting here for
Yes.
5 minutes. I was like, I'll just keep waiting. Ice, I have to appeal to you or the chat. Can anyone please let me know? My question was, how does touching increase attraction?
Yes.
Do you know the
now.
No, I'm not talking to you right now. Ice, do you know what answer he gave to that? Because I have no fucking idea.
Because you have
Deepak,
never learned the tight game. You have never dealt with
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm appealing to the moderator right now to know if you spent 10 minutes, 5 minutes answering this question. Does anyone in the chat or does Ice know what his answer was to does touching increase attraction? How?
Authority is here. What they will tell you.
Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to like finish your answers. That we're just gonna.
Okay, so the answer to that is Ice has no idea. The chat has no idea. You've gone on for 5 minutes. Can you give a very succinct reason as to why touching increases attraction?
Me? Now talking to me?
That was the question I asked you 5 minutes ago.
So how the touching, because when you're touching the girl in a certain way, which is more emotional, that increase the attraction. You have to understand this thing. It is amplifying the attraction, because you are even if the girl like you don't need this bullshit authority anyway. She will fuck you. She will just fuck you. Simple. If you able to evoke the feeling in the girl, I have done it 10, I don't know how many times. I have the Infield, I have the product dating Infield.
I've seen you in Field. I'm not impressed at all. I think it's really bad.
Listen. There I have shown how I have done it. If you able to touch.
Okay, so your answer is that it increases emotion, and you've done it plenty of times. Is that the answer?
I have done it many times. This is the right
way to. Okay, so let me explain. All right, let me explain.
Deepak, you're having some Wi-Fi issues, so let's just
listen. If the guy is on very high looks level, he can just talk to the girl, and the girl will give him the number. And when I started the game, I was doing the same thing.
Why are you complaining about good-looking guys right now? That's not the question. This debate isn't an area for you to complain about good-looking guys.
I'm talking. Related,
listen,
because I have done the same thing. Because when I start the touching, the handhold, touching the girl, then I able to meet the girl on the date, and the girl who has never responded me, they were writing me, and I was shocked to see that, dude, at that time in Germany that these girls will never talk to me. They will never ever like
Okay,
respond me. They are
Deepak, awesome.
responding me
Now,
means
this
that I am
isn't a
doing something
diatribe
wrong.
about
Right.
you not liking good-looking guys and that you slept with a girl once. Okay,
No,
let me
it is
respond to the
if you are
touching.
like listen like okay ask the chat like if, okay let's do one thing like me. How many guys who are looking like you who need dating tips, and how many guys
Deepak,
who are looking like me who need
Deepak, we will
dating
get
tips?
to that. Don't worry. We will talk as long as you want about good-looking guys. Okay, we will get to that. Let me respond to the touching. All right, because what we first said is my thing that I teach guys is try to avoid touching too much because it breaks sexual tension. And you said it builds attraction. So let me respond to that. Okay, so usually what I teach guys is that touching, this idea, I think it came from mystery of like Kino escalation, it doesn't work. If a girl's not that into you or she's slightly into you and you start just trying to touch her, it's not like this magical thing that she gets touched and she's like, oh, I'm used to someone touching me on the shoulder now. I guess when they touch my pussy, like I be used to it too. Like that doesn't really make much sense. All it does is girls, when they feel touch, they usually, if they're not into the guy, pull away a little bit more. And even when it comes to kissing, if you have attraction and now you go for the makeout, usually what the girls feel is this is a validation seeking behavior for most guys, right? They're just trying to get the kiss. They're trying to get some validation. They're trying to understand where they're at in the interaction. Girls are aware of that, and guys kiss for too long. The girl usually has to pull back and it breaks tension. Now, there's really good ways to touch, right? And I'll explain why touching can build attraction. If, for example, the makeout, lean into the girl, tell her like, don't look at me like that. She's like what? You know what you're fucking doing. She's like, what? You run your hand up the back of her hair, you slightly pull her hair a little bit, you tell her to be good, you lean in, you kiss down her neck. She's like, oh my God, you make out with a little bit, pull back.
So now you're
you
saying
say,
touching build
let me
attraction.
finish. You just spoke for 10 minutes. Bro, you just spoke for 10. And then I can say like, that's all you get. That touching, it can actually build sexual tension because now she's more horny. She wants something. So you haven't hit 100%. She's not like, that's enough. She's like, I'm at 80%. I want a lot more. You can show sexual experience during that. Some girls will tell you the way a guy can kiss, I can tell if he's good in bed. So some touching is great. Sometimes I'll teach guys, like if you walk with a girl, just grab her by the wrists. You can show some dominance there. But the typical Kino touching that a lot of guys teach, which is like slowly touch her on the shoulder and then on the back and maybe do this, that doesn't build attraction at all. Sometimes it pushes the girl away a little bit. Sometimes it breaks tension. I don't advise it. Are there good ways to touch? Of course, but you need to do it the right way.
No, I do not agree with this thing, because
Of course you don't.
have to touch the girl to amplify the attraction, to make the girl to see you again. Because if there are situation, some guys do not need to touch the girl. I know many guys who don't, the when they're standing in front of the girl, just basic guy game. That's what you can do only. And then you don't need to, she will respond to your number. She will come to the meet for the date. When she's already attracted to you, again, when you already have a GPS in your hand, you can do whatever you want. You can say, oh, this go right way, left way. Oh, you want to be tied up in this thing and that thing and that thing, because she is already see you attractive. And then it is easy deal. But the toughest part in the game, the majority of the guys are facing, is building attraction, amplifying attraction.
Correct. So do you think
that
sexual
is taking
authority
the
builds
90%.
attraction?
The sexual authority is completely bullshit. You don't need any sexual authority if you able to make the girl, oh, she like me. She
Yes,
will do
and why
whatever.
would it?
If the
Okay,
girl
so this
like
is the
you,
question.
If the girl like
This
you,
is
she
the
will not sleep
question.
with you.
So
If the
when I
girl
think
like
about
you, she will of
attraction,
course sleep with you.
yeah. So when I think about attraction,
Sexual authority. The problem with sexual authority, the problem with any kind of authority frame,
yeah.
will create problem in Kino, in touching, because you are
What?
coming from the authority that is exactly creating a bit problem in sexual authority. So
You're not
because
making any
when
sense.
you
What does that
are
sentence
building,
even
when you
mean?
are, listen, when you are amplifying attraction, you have to take risk. You have to take risk that it can go, because you are touching the girl, you are taking some bold moves. So the real game is when you are taking the risks and something goes wrong, then how to get out of this situation, how to deflect, how to come out of situation so that you keep up, because that's the only thing guy need to learn, that they don't, because I have the guys coming from you and they are saying that Markus has told me that you have to do not touch the girl. And I said, like, this is not gonna work, man. Like, these are like, they are already starting with a good base attraction. It is not going to work. This is not going to work for
with
you.
that student you're talking about, we can bring him on right. Bro, that student you're talking about, we can bring him on right now. On our program, he lost our virginity. He lost his virginity. We can bring that guy on right now, right? Because I guarantee you, if he was to decide between me or you, I know who he's picking. So we can bring that student on that told you that he shouldn't touch girls, and we can ask him.
Listen. They're like many guys, not just one guy. They're like many guys.
All right, send me a DM who these many guys are, because I don't believe you. You've mentioned one student. I know who you're talking about, and he would 100% say my program was much better than yours. So we can bring him on, right? I can message him now if you want to add him on. And if there's anyone else, you can DM me, because I don't believe you.
No, you don't believe me, because but I will. Don't worry. I already got
send me the names
anyway.
Send me the names. We'll bring him on.
I cannot send the name, man.
Of course you can, because you're making this up. There was one student, I know who you're talking about.
I have the fucking infield. Okay.
Can you just admit that was a lie? There's not many guys. You don't have the names.
I was watching this video. You said that, oh, in Australia, these Swedish girls, they only sleep with black guys. And I have to do like tight games to make them to sleep with me. Listen. A white girl, you are a white guy, a white girl going outside from Stockholm or from Sweden in Australia, she's already more open to promiscuity. Second, you already start with a familiar advantage, even if she is, maybe she has a like something for a black guy, you are not starting from any disadvantage. First of all,
well, yes, I am. If she has a preference for only black guys, that would put me at a disadvantage. Yes.
It is not going to be like an Indian guy or Asian guy is meeting that Swedish girl in Australia. So, oh, I played the tight.
I agree.
This is all bullshit. You don't really need to play any kind of tie. You already start with a familiarity.
Hang on one second. I got a question.
When the familiarity is already there.
Listen, Deepak, I'm going to have to interrupt you. You, because what happens is you keep going, and then it always turns into I'm brown, you're white, and you're better looking. That's where this seems to lead. So let's talk about that. Okay. So yes, I am at a disadvantage if there's a girl that tells me, listen, I prefer black guys and I'm white. Now, would I prefer to be white than Indian in that scenario? 100%, right? I am not disagreeing with that, but I don't understand why you think that my game needs zero attraction. I'm going for a lot hotter girls than you're going for, so there's going to be a bit of a gap there.
Really?
Now,
Really?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course.
That's complete number one bullshit. Of course, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want, man.
All right. Well,
you can say, I have proved it everything. I have proved it everything.
What do you mean you have proved it everything?
I have everything. I have even shown like everything from approach till bed to everything.
Maybe you can show me some Infields. The girls I saw, no offense, they weren't that hot. I agree. Like, listen, as an Indian guy that's a bit older, good job. I think it's cool. But like
theory, I started in 2013. I was the first one who came up with the looks theory in 2013 because
the looks theory.
The looks theory, the looks concept.
What's the looks theory?
In German language, I bring it in German language first time because there was
bro, you need to. Listen. We're going on so many tangents.
I'm explaining you. So
I don't know what you're explaining.
I have tested everything. So okay, we say like, okay, you slept with this some Swedish girl. You slept with some Swedish girl, yeah, in Australia.
Yes, I slept with some Swedish girl.
Job. Okay, we said the girl said like, maybe token resistance. So I like black guys, and you come, and then you sleep with her. Okay, so how about if I make a balding Indian guy sleep with a Swedish girl in Stockholm, and I can prove it with complete uncut infield. How about that?
All Swedish girls aren't the same. Some are going to be hot, some aren't going to be.
Really?
You know that, right?
Swedish girls in Stockholm. So you're saying Swedish girl in Stockholm will be more promiscuous, or she will be in Australia more promiscuous. Of course, she is.
It depends on the girl. In general, girls that are traveling are usually going to be more
yeah, of course,
promiscuous.
It depends on the girl.
But
of course, so I have got Indian guys in Stockholm, got late, and their Infield will be also coming in the product in future. They are too fresh. I cannot post it right now. So
that's amazing. I'm really proud.
Like this I have done, and he was coming to me. Oh, this has told me that I have to do this sexual authority, and I said like, this is bullshit.
Give me the name. You're just making shit up. Give me the name.
I'm not making it shit up. I'm not making.
Then tell us the name. We can bring him on.
He showed me the circle app. He showed me this.
Tell me the name. We can bring him on.
PDF file. He gave me the PDF file. I said like, what is this, man?
The PDF file, bro. Give me the name. We can bring the person on.
You have this UMP PDF file of you teaching your this squirting and all. I said like, this is not you do, man. If the girl like you, I don't really care even.
Hang on. Okay, let's get back to this point. No. I have to interrupt you because you just keep going on these tangents. Number one. There's no students that have gone to you and said our stuff doesn't work. If there is, bring in. Give me their names. We'll bring them on. I've seen your infield. It's not that great.
I cannot say it right now.
Number three. Of course, you can't say it right now.
If I'm saying that this is what you say.
Hang on. Let's stay on topic for 1 second.
There was one balding guy in Krakow was there, and then he said like, it's all, oh, you like the dominant. I said, dude, like this is not gonna work, bro. This is not gonna work.
You may not know how to make it work. That's cool, but we have hundreds of students that this works for. It's worked for me. I've slept with a lot of hot girls that went into me at first.
Indian guy was saying in Warsaw to me, "Oh, I go full sexual and this." I said, and I saw you literally. I have seen you and teaching him. I said, okay, I just how the things are going. I said, I don't know. I got harassment complaint.
They did not get a harassment. You're literally talking shit. We can bring this guy on.
I have the video.
No, you're making stuff up.
I have the.
You literally are. You're absolutely lying.
I have the video of that time. Also, I document everything. It is.
You took a video of him. All right, send it to me.
I was filming at that time. My student. I document everything. So it's just like because at every pickup coach was at that time there.
Deepak.
So just you and that guy came in the frame. I'm not like
let's get this fucking debate back on track now.
Yeah. Can you just mute him for a sec? Just mute him for a sec. He's going to keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's my turn. Let's get this back on track. Simplify this. It's going in way too many complicated directions. I want to hear Marcus's response, and then let's just continue in one simplified direction, okay? Marcus, what was your response to what Deepak was saying?
Oh, bro, this guy is crazy. So I feel like one of the contentions here is that Deepak feels that because he's Indian and not as good looking, that when he gets girls, it's because he's running some amazing game that builds attraction. And he feels that the reason I can get away with sexualizing and telling it, like, he seems very upset with the dominant stuff. I don't know why that triggers him so much, but he seems very upset that I can tell girls that,
dude,
let me...
I am very... I'm looking like a pussy right now. Dude, I'm looking like a pussy.
You have plenty of time to discuss your points. It's now Marcus's turn.
He's adding some extra points, like in why he's saying upset with dominant stuff. Why he's saying something like that.
Bro, you seem very triggered right now.
Pussy here?
I'm not calling you a pussy. I'm saying you're getting triggered by me being dominant with women.
I'm enjoying my life, bro. I'm enjoying. I have everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Speak.
Cool. So you seem to get a little bit triggered around me being dominant with women. And you're trying to put it down to the fact that I'm just good looking and I just have a baseline level of attraction. Now, I can agree with this at some level. If you come in with a high level of attraction to begin with, it gives you compliance points, right? The girls are going to be more into you. You can be more sexual with them. Once again, going back to my point, this is very different from building attraction. So if I'm in set with a girl and I don't have much attraction with her, like I'm not really a type. So for example, the Swedish girl that really liked black dudes, or, like I'm not, as much as I wish I was, I'm not that good looking. When I get in the club, I'm not in the top 10 percentile of good looking guys in there. Now, am I more attractive than you, Deepak? Like, yeah, I would think so, right? And that's not an insult or anything, right? There's plenty better looking coaches than me out there. I don't think that really matters that much. But then I think, how do I build attraction with this girl? So I'm going to go through certain things. I'm going to try come off as charismatic. I'm going to try take up more space. I'm going to let her know that I run a business and travel the world. I'm going to challenge her a little bit so I don't seem like a pussy. And then the biggest attraction trigger, the thing that girls are missing the most, is a man that understands them, allows them to be sexual, and can give them a good time. So when you speak to women, and we know this from surveys, or even if you just interact with a lot of girls, they will complain the biggest thing they can't find is a guy that gives them great sex. They can find a guy with a six-pack, they can find a guy with money, and all the time they feel misunderstood and they feel like they don't actually have great sexual chemistry with them. So if I can communicate that missing part that's easily accessible for most guys, and I agree, going hard sexual, whatever you said, is really bad. You shouldn't go up to a girl and just be like, I'm gonna fuck you, or whatever the example was. That's really bad. You need to take it through the stages. So if someone's doing that, that's really fucking cringy, right? You need to go through the state. And we have examples of how to do this. And you get them to the point where they're like, oh, damn, this guy does understand me. He does have these other attraction triggers, whoever the student might be. If it's me, then it's travel around the world. I've got a company. I can challenge her. That is what builds attraction. So when I have a girl that isn't that into me at first, that's what I do to change the perception. Now, you, for example, I'd love to hear what you would do to change a perception. You said that you create emotion and touch her. What else would you do to create attraction?
So like, yeah, that's a good question. So first of all, like, I am not agreeing that talking about sex is that efficient to create attraction. Of course, like, talking about sex can be better than completely platonic talking about Starbucks coffee. So that is different thing. I'm not like disagree completely, but this is not an efficient way, first of all. So you are focusing on sex, but the girl can get sex from any guy. So sex for the girl is not that important. So when I say amplify attraction, we are building the feeling of romance in the girl. That is the most important thing the guy need to learn. How you build that feeling in the girl that she likes you. When the girls like you, she will like you to have as a boyfriend, and she will also love to sleep with you. You don't really need any sexual these stuff. Simple. And this is field tested. So the main thing is, when we say amplifying attraction, we are building that feeling in the girl that she likes me or my student or something like that. Of course, this is tough to do. It takes time, practice. But if the base attraction level is very low of a guy, if he start to talk about sex and sexual authority, she can just talk to him and she will still not fuck him, because she is not finding him attractive. It is the same thing. A best friend can talk about all these things. It is
So
not
how are you
going
building
to work.
attraction is my question.
So how the way you speak with the girl, the way you verbally communicate with the girl. For example, people say like 90% of the conversation is 90% of interaction is like a non-verbal, and 10% is verbal. Because this is also like, we can also talk about it. This is not correct. At least you have to speak like 40% is verbal. The right verbals need to be there. The tonality, the way you speak, the way you pauses in the interaction, and the way you touch in a specific way when you're touching the girl, the way you flirt with the girl, opportunistic flirtation, how you flirt with the girl in any situation, that requires skills. Flirtation create attraction. I am not talking about like very
You're
sexual
talking in a
stuff and
circular
all.
manner.
Listen,
You're
listen.
saying to
No,
build attraction, you
no.
flirt. How are you building attraction? What are you teaching your students to build attraction? So far,
build
you told me.
attraction, like, so for example, there's maybe the girl is saying let's say the so girl is say uh, the girl say, yeah, no, why you're touching me? Yeah, the girl said like, why you're touching me? So they're like different answer to this question. So according to the situation, I teach guys like what can they say. They can also say like, okay, I'm not touching you. You can also say because I find you sexy, or you can speak in an
This is
emotional
so
way. I
bad.
don't listen. I don't know what is in
It's
you
so
that
dominant,
makes
Deepak.
you. I don't know what is in you that makes me feel to touch you. Maybe you are a bit crazy. Maybe I don't know. There's something in you that makes me to touch you. So something you can say. You have to speak in that emotional level when you. Wait a minute. What's going on? Are you listening me?
You're frozen, but we can hear you.
I'm frozen. Why I'm frozen? I'm just checking.
Hit the camera button
Yeah.
down the bottom left. Hit that and hit it again and see if that fixes it.
Okay. Just a minute.
Maybe your camera turned off, bro. Is it out of battery
Yeah.
or something?
No, it is going. It is going. Just a minute.
All right.
Wait a minute. I can use this one, but this is looking a bit. Okay, so I don't know. This is how we have to do. I'm using the different one. Maybe try one more time. Maybe
I mean, that looks fine, bro.
Okay, just a minute.
It's okay for now, and then just when Markus is talking, just fiddle around with it.
Yeah.
Just
so
now it should work.
So just to understand, so to build attraction, you tell the guys to
it's working
that a lot of it is in subcoms, that they need to be flirty, and that the example you gave is when they touch the girl and the girl says, "Why are you touching me?" You would say it's because you're sexy, or because there was something inside of me that made me like want to touch you.
She can say,
and you'd
like,
say
I'm
that,
just giving you an example. I'm giving you like on extra. So
I
she
know,
can
that
say,
was an
why you're
example,
talking to me?
yeah.
Why you're talking to me? Why you're touching me? Or why we are going to this direction? So anything can be happen. So what the way you are speaking, the way you are bringing that emotional conversation, that brings the attraction. That is the most important thing, and that is missing from many coaches. They are not able to teach these things.
So how
That's
do you
why
teach
I able
guys to have an emotional conversation?
They have to learn. I have to explain them in a technical way. You have to come in my boot camp.
So I come to you and I say, listen, I want to get this Swedish girl. So she says she doesn't like brown guys. What should I do?
Yeah.
Like, I heard that you teach
I have
a conversation in an emotional way.
I have a proof of it. I think in my channel there is a video.
You keep saying that. I've seen your infield. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't see you having like an emotional roller coaster with these women.
Because you have to watch the product actually, because in YouTube I normally not everything is there, like 3 hours of video. What a roller coaster. So there's a video of me teaching a guy in New York, and the girl said like, if I would see you, I will swipe left, and like on the Tinder or something like that. She's not attracted to this Asian guys. So there I make this girl to boom that guy.
She boom that guy. Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah, of course. So in New York, it happened in New York. So if the girl is not into that guy, they are like, of course, if the girl is disgusted by someone.
So this will be my question then. How did he build attraction? How did he change that perception? Can you explain that or go through that? Or is it just going to be like some circle talk and then mentioning of infield and then talking about how hot guys get girls?
And we do emotional roller coaster. We are not focusing on what she's saying. We definitely we bring the range of emotion up and down on her. Lot of things we do. So it requires, like, for example, of course, not emotionally affected with what she's saying. Keep things very like playful, move thing forward towards like direction, like leading to the right location, and then again the physical touch, but later stage. When the comfort is there, your physical touch, that creates the attraction. I'm not talking about that like touching the legs and all. That is like more sexual later stages. But you can do the hand holding and touching the hand and something, which brings, if you're doing in a right way, it brings that feeling in the girl that she likes you in that romantic way. And then you don't need these things.
Okay. I'm going to respond to this in a sec, but you keep mentioning romance. Like, are you trying to give the impression that you want a relationship with this girl?
No. That's wrong. It is not relation. It is giving that emotional feeling in the girl that she likes you, because it is not like this.
So can you give me an example of how you'd build
mainstream.
romantic connection instead of a sexual one? Like, what would the two of those look like?
Yeah, that's the way you are speaking with the girl, the way you're speaking with the girl, the way you are answering her questions, the way you're flirting with the girl. It is not that sexual. It is not coming in that sexual thing, because in the daytime you're not doing that.
So how would you teach it? How would you teach a student to be romantic? How would you teach a student to be romantic?
When we say a romance in a okay, let's break it down. Romance in a more technically, so that people can understand. So bringing that it is more emotional way of escalation and a more emotional way of communication. The way you speak with the girl, also that it requires some practice. The way you flirt with the girl, like different. So for example, I will say to the girl, like I'm giving a very small example. So you're smiling a lot, like you're smiling a lot. It is because of the sun is shining, it's because of Saturday, or because of this interaction. Maybe she will say like, no, I'm just happy person. She will say, I'm just happy person, I don't know. So because the girl will never say it because of. So they say, but yeah, of course, like I can see in your eyes, but I can see in your eyes you're enjoying this interaction between you and me. So this is something we on that opportunity, how we are playing with her. It is not like I'm sexually escalating, but I'm making much more flirtatious, and that is something the guy need to learn to amplify attraction. If you are just talking about, oh, I did this thing, oh, I traveled to New York, oh, this is all. It is. I'm not saying it is bad thing. I mean, sometimes I say also, like, I'm an IT consultant and I do this thing and I'm traveling this, but this is not enough. DHV is not like in the good quality of game.
Okay. I'm gonna respond to this.
Not going to get you that level of result, but once you start to flirt with the girl in this way, the way you're emotionally talking to the girl, that's where the magic happen. And then when the girl is into me or into
Deepak, you do this on your infield. Just let the other person speak for a sec. So there's a couple of things here that I've noticed, right? And I think you're like creating bad frames with women. And I think this goes into like not understanding the girl, which is one of the attraction triggers that I think is important.
Bad frame? What bad frame?
Let me explain. So one thing you said is girl can have sex with anyone. Like, why would sexual authority be a DHV? Girls can have sex with almost anyone, if you're hot enough, the girl being, but they can't have good sex with anyone. This is their complaint. Girls aren't walking around these walls thinking, oh, I really just want to have sex. No, like this is the big complaint with one night stands from women. We see this in the literature as well, is that most times when girls have sex with a guy, they're not orgasming. They're not having an enjoyable time. And that is one of the reasons that sexual authority is so important, because it's something that they're missing and they can't see. If you're looking for a six-pack, you can see that, but it's really hard to find out the type of guy that understands you is going to be great in bed, because a lot of guys don't show that and the girls are going to ask for it. So that's why it's very important. And that's something I think you're missing. You said the example is the girl asked, why did you touch me? This is actually one of the reasons where I don't teach guys to touch girls. You shouldn't be getting this response to begin with. But if you do get this response,
no,
you said,
dude, like no. You have to. The game is about amplifying attraction, and there you have to take some risk. You have to.
Okay, well, this is a bad risk to take, because you're going to get responses like, "Why you?"
No, this is not a bad risk to take.
Yes, you're going to get responses. You're going to get responses like, why are you touching me?
Listen, if you are coming with that base attraction level, Of course, if some other guy is even like, I mean, you are not in an average looking white
Again, you
guy.
keep referring
So
base attraction level.
So yeah, because if you have a base
Deepak,
attraction level, then you
let
don't
me
need to do
finish.
this thing. But no, this is not a bad thing. You have to build, you have to amplify the attraction. If you're not amplifying the attraction, the girl gives you number and she will not come to the date.
Okay, so I think the way you amplify attraction is bad. I think you should do this verbally so you don't get why you're touching me. And then you spoke about verbals and you said, one of them was, I wrote here,
Verbally
because you're
is not
sexy.
going
Let me
to be
finish.
enough.
One of the examples you gave
know
is
the basics of the game. And
you're just interrupting me because you know this makes you look bad.
Like
I'm
pickup artist. I mean, let who guy choose you for pickup artist 2023? Bring him in debate. Bring them all.
Okay, so
you don't even know the basics
the
of
response.
The game. You after the
you cannot just speak over me and expect no one to know what is going on here. All right, let me finish. So if you respond with why are you touching me and because I think you're sexy or because there's something inside of me that made me do it, that is just going to repel the girl or push her away a little bit, especially if you're trying to move it forward on non-compliance. It shows a lack of understanding again, because what this inherently says to the girl is, oh, when I kind of am like, hey, why are you touching me? He's like escalating more and more. They're going to push away more and more.
No,
so
dude,
I think,
like the way you are answering.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I got one more thing to say. I got one more thing to say, then you can respond. And then the other thing you said, again, are you smiling because of the sun or because of me? Number one, I think this is a little bit cringe, right? So it's going to sound like copy paste something you prepare. It just doesn't sound very good.
No, it's not copy paste. It's works all the time. A lot of things.
You actually are aware what the girls respond to this. They say, no, like, I'm just happy. You said they will deny it. So why are we trying to get the girl to say they like us when we know they're going to say no? I think it's just like setting yourself up for non-compliance that isn't great, as well as being a little bit cringy. So your examples when I ask, how do you build attraction, I think are really bad. And it doesn't even seem clear. You just kind of say to flirt and to build emotion. I ask how to build emotion. You don't know how to.
It is really bad. You are just saying, oh, it is cringy. For what cringy? I have the proof of everything. What cringy? What cringy in which way?
As you don't. Okay, this is actually really good. I'm curious. Do you think saying, are you smiling because of the sun or because of me? You don't think that's cringy?
The way you're speaking, the girl, the way you are smiling a lot, it is because of the me, it's because of the, oh, you say the way you are smiling a lot, it is because of the sun is shining, it's because of Saturday, or because of this interaction. So now, based on her,
yeah, I think it's cringy.
Her behavior, I can say, because of this, listen, based on the, it's because of this interaction, or it's because of this interaction between you and me, or it's because of me. So there are like
she says, no, it's not because of you. That's what you said. She responds.
No. Listen,
yes, that's what you said.
Based on when I'm talking to the girl, and then I see her emotion. Based on that, I will put the last thing. It's because of this interaction, or it's because of this interaction between you and me, or it's because of me. Maybe she will say, no, I'm always smiling like this. Yeah, she will say, I'm always smiling.
So she denies it, right?
But I can see in your eyes. But I can see your eyes, you're enjoying this interaction. I can say,
you can't just tell her what to feel.
I can see in your eyes. I can
see in your eyes because say no, you're enjoying this.
You don't even know how to talk to girls on that emotional. Oh, let's talk about sex. Oh, you like to tie it behind. That's completely BS.
I'm actually curious. BS. How do you think I talk to girls about sex? Because every time you mention it, you say, oh, look at me, big dominant Marcus, I'm going to tie you up. Like, how do you think, like, I'm really curious. How do you think I talk to girls about sex?
You don't need to talk if you able to build, you are already having the attraction threshold.
Again, I build attraction this way. This is how I build attraction. If there's a girl,
it is not
Deepak,
hard to build
I'm curious. Do you think
talking about sex is not going to work if the guy is not having the attraction? Simple
Deepak,
as that.
If there's a really hot girl, all right, say I'm in Vegas, okay, she's at a table, she's like 10 out of 10, right, smoking hot. She's got like a bunch of dudes around her, really, really hot. Do you think I could go up to her and have a conversation without really DJing that much and sleep with this girl?
Listen, like, it looks a bit kind of weird thing, but imagine me and you both going to Vegas. Yeah, me and you both going to Vegas.
Oh, both holding hands. Yeah.
So no, listen. So as an Australian guy, and an Indian guy,
Yeah.
the accent will make a difference. American people, they like, if the girl is listening the Australian accent, you're already getting that advantage anyway there. So maybe you even for a with a
I'm not
local
comparing myself to
American
you. I will
guy,
definitely
you
get
already
laid way
starting
more
a
than you.
base
Okay, I
attraction
get
level
that.
high.
My question is, if there's a girl that's really hot in Vegas, there's a lot of dudes around her, she's a 10 out of
Yeah.
10. Do you think I can sleep with her if I'm just having a
If you
conversation, doing
amplify the
some
attraction, she will
deed?
just go sleep. I have done it. If you amplify the attraction, she
So
will go
if I
with
go
you.
up and just start touching her, is that what you mean by amplifying
Not touching the
attraction?
way, no, because you have to learn the game proper way. You
No,
have,
no,
you're
no.
not, you're
How?
teaching the
Okay, so
students
I
the
go up to this
wrong way.
girl.
You have to come to my boot camp. I will do in your coaching, and I will teach you how to
Oh,
flirt
I need to
with the
sign up for your
the
boot camp and
right.
pay you
Oh, I
money.
can do
Oh,
it
you're not
free.
going to tell
I
us
can do
how it
it for
works.
free. I mean,
I
this
have
season is
to.
finished. I can do it for free for you,
That's
as long as it is.
how.
Oh, listen, I'm completely. You have to just come. I will do it for free, but
Okay.
it should be live. People has to see
Okay.
the way
So,
I'm teaching you how to flirt, and then you don't need to do this BS. Oh, this
all your
sexual
answer
and all
is
this.
I will teach you to flirt. You have no idea what your principles are. You have no idea what you're teaching. You
I
have
have
no good
explained you.
concrete
I have
examples.
explained
You have
everything.
no idea what you're talking
I have
about.
idea of everything. I have idea of everything.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this question again. If you don't know the answer or you want me to sign up to one of your boot camps, then we can just move on. But if I was to go up to this girl, do you think I'd be able to sleep with her if, like, what I need to flirt? What does that mean?
So
Or amplify attraction?
If you have the time to amplify attraction, if she's not getting distracted by by the friends and all, if you have the good enough time to
She will get
amplify
distracted by the
attraction,
friends, yes.
like listen, like I am a day gamer, so I'm telling you, I focus only meeting girls in daytime
Okay, so you don't know what to do at night.
So,
Let's say it's during the day. Let's say it's a 10 out of 10,
yeah.
same scenario, really attractive girl. Do you think I can go up to her and just have like a conversation with a couple of DHVs and sleep with this girl?
If you able to amplify the attraction, most
How?
probably she will come to meet you in the date.
How
If
do I
you just
amplify
talking like a
attraction?
basic number close, I told you. The way
You said
that's
by
where
flirting. You've given no mechanism here.
you have to do
All you say
everything. You have
is
to do everything. The way you are speaking with the girl, the way you are responding to the girl, the way you are teasing, the way everything need to be much more intense when you're talking to the girl.
Yeah, let
Okay.
me get
Later,
this
I
straight.
will show you some infields of me. The intensity of
I've
the
seen your infield. They're not
conversation
great. I'm being honest. They're not great.
Yeah, because
So
but they bring
we've been
results.
talking
If the
about
system is working, if the system is
yeah.
working on the toughest situation, then
Sorry,
it is
let's
the
go for
best
it.
system.
We have been talking about amplifying attraction, and what I gathered from your side is there's flirting, there's kino, escalation, and things along those lines. Marcus, what's your version of amplifying attraction?
Yeah, perfect. So I've kind of mentioned this before, but I can give you a more holistic summary here. So the first thing I worry about when it comes to my students is going to be looks. So I wanted them to fit into a particular attractive archetype. So you want to be wearing nice clothes, but also ones that fit you. So if you're a little bit older guy, you might want to wear a blazer and fit more of like the CEO type. If you're a younger guy, you might want to dress a bit fuckboyish, but you should look good. You should have a nice haircut. You should try to lose some weight if you're overweight. You should try to fit into an attractive archetype. The next thing is going to be emotional expression. So this comes down to your tonality and your body language. So when you're going up to a girl, the first thing I want to teach guys is to not speak too quickly. It's to leave anticipation. So not, excuse me, 1 second, I just came from over there and I really need to tell you something. Like, I'm from Germany, and by the way, I'm from Germany and I came from over there. Like, you don't want to be speaking so fast and at the goal. There needs to be a range in that tonality. So in day game, it's going to be, hey, excuse me, 1 second. Girl's like, yes, I've got a question for you. Or you could say, I'm really curious about something. And you wait for her response. You build the anticipation. The next thing on top of that, I'm going to be thinking about my perception and what I say. So I want to create a conversation that goes back and forth, so it doesn't feel like you're cannibalizing everything. And I want to then share some things about myself that are attractive. So she asks what you do. I would say, like, I'm a sex coach, I travel around the world, right? If it's an IT guy, you might want to say, I run or lead a team. So you sound like you have at least some level of status or leadership. You can talk about travel. You can talk about basically anything in your life that's going to be attractive at that point. The next big thing that a lot of guys miss is the sexual authority and understanding the goal. So I'll go back to this point. If you have two guys, and as I said, if I'm in Vegas, there's a really attractive girl, me being Australian, me being, I don't know what you want to call me, 7, 8 out of 10, I don't care. Call me as good looking as you want. Like me being confident, that's not enough to fuck a really hot girl in Vegas, like 10 out of 10. It's just not enough. Like I wish it was. And I'm sure a lot of guys in chat or listening to this realize this. They've gone and had normal conversations, hasn't led anywhere because it's just not good enough, right? Like unfortunately it isn't. So you need to be able to show more. So now when I start showing that, hey, once again, I understand you sexually, I understand what you want. I have the ability to give that to you. I have pre-selection. I've been with other girls. This night will be the best night of your fucking life. Now it increases your attraction even more, increases your perception even more. From this point, now, if you want to use Kino, now you can. And you're not going to get like, why are you touching me? And you should do it in a way, as I said, that isn't breaking tension, that isn't just like, fucking, you see guys in clubs, right? They just put their arm around a girl and the girl's like, oh, what the fuck? It needs to be done in ways that are a little bit more sexually advanced or a little bit more dominant. And that can build up the attraction. From there, now you can lead, you can deal with objections, you can take the girl home. But that is like a clear path. Yes, each of these little things have nuances within them. But if someone was to ask me as a student, how do I build attraction with a girl? And my answer is you have to flirt, sign up for one of my programs. Like to me, it's clear that you just have no idea of what actually is working or what could work or how you actually teach that.
You finish? Okay. So listen, you said again and again why you're touching me. Yeah. So I hope you're not having any hardware issue. Yeah. I hope you're not having any hardware issue in your brain. So if the girl is saying like why you're touching me, the way this is why it is playful escalation you're doing, you're giving a playful answer. Why you're talking to me, there is something in you that I cannot describe. I don't know, maybe you are a bit crazy, maybe I am a bit crazy. I don't know, that's why I'm talking to you. The way you are responding to this thing, I love if the girl is giving that answer, and I teach my student, this is how they have to respond in an emotional way, vague emotional way, and then that amplifies the attraction. Oh, why you're holding my hand? I don't know, there's something in you that I cannot describe that's making me to hold your hand. Maybe you're a bit crazy. And you speak in that emotional way. That's where you have to bring your guy that kind of game, not about this sexual. Either it is America, Vegas, or Australia, or Germany, Warsaw, or in Sweden. It works everywhere. Even in India, it works.
So everywhere. If you have a student coming to Deepak because and he says girls keep telling me, like every interaction, girls are always saying like, why am I talking to them? What would your advice there be?
What? If the girl, why you're talking to me? Of course, the girl is not interested in you. If the girl is giving you in a way, the answer like, why you came to approach me?
Why he gets that a lot of interactions. What would your advice be?
So I don't know. There's something in you that I cannot describe that makes me come to talk to you.
Okay, so maybe I think what you're missing here is...
So this is how you have to teach the guys. Maybe you're not able to.
No, you're missing something very important.
Listen, you have never learned to deal with resistance. When you are not dealing with resistance, then you will not able to speak with the you will not able to build the skills.
Do you think I never get resistance?
Listen.
That's so funny. All right, let me talk about that point first.
I have a one. Can I give some link on some kind of where I
can send it to Ice and let me speak. So if you have a student that keeps, you can send it in the chat. If you have a student that keeps saying like every interaction or most of my interactions, girls keep asking me like, why am I speaking to them? My feedback here would be something is wrong before this actually comes up. The girls don't know why you're there. It's confusing for them. So now what I teach him is, let's go back and see what's going on in this interaction. You might need to show a little bit of intent beforehand. You might need to give some context beforehand. If you have a student that keeps saying like every time it's completely lacking a lot of value there, or it's coming out of nowhere, right? Like that would be my advice. Like, sure, you could give maybe something to deal with it. And I think yours is a little bit cringe, but you need to think about, okay, you're getting a pattern of behavior. How do you correct it?
Do you think it is cringe? Why it is? Who are you? Why it is cringe? I can say your system is cringe. You are not able to defend. defend yourself, and then you say my thing is cringe,
All right,
my
I'll
infield are
explain why it's cringe.
my system
It's
is cringe.
because
I'm
it
not saying,
sounds.
listen, so the girl is not going to speak all the time why you're touching me, touching me, touching me. It's just the way that she is saying why. Like sometimes the girls say, like, why you're talking to me. She says, some you can give the answer for it. I'm just like improvising. Sometimes the answer is lies. Sometimes the answer lies in the eyes of the person you're talking to. You know why I'm talking
Very
to.
cringe.
So
Very
when
fucking
you're
cringe.
speaking in this way, this
That's
works.
a lot.
These things works.
Bro,
These
this
things
is
works,
cringe.
dude. These things works. And I have the infield of
Not
these
only
things
do I
to
think it's
even not
cringe,
for
I think
me,
most
not
women
for
think
me,
it's cringe.
even for
I
my
think people in
students.
the chat think it's
Because you
cringe.
cannot speak, you are not able to speak the language of the girls. You don't understand how they emotionally works. That's the problem.
No, the
If
problem is
you
you have
would have
no idea what you're talking about. That's the real problem.
you are
Let's
already
get
having a
to the next
you're
point.
already having a GPS going from point A to point B, and
Let's
then
talk about the
I built a
GPS.
strategy where you
Yeah.
can go, but you're hiding the GPS.
Okay, let's
And
talk
then,
about
you do this sexual, this kind of routine,
Deepak,
this
take a
routine,
breath.
that routine, and then they
Deepak,
will
take a breath.
fuck you. Yeah.
Let's take a breath
What
together.
is
all
going
right?
on? Oh my god.
Okay, let's talk about the GPS. So, what I understand your argument to be is that because I'm so incredibly white, okay, and good looking, that I basically get girls really, really easy, and it doesn't require me to have any game. And also, not only does it not require me to have game, but I'm kind of like a guy in the gym on steroids telling you what exercise to use. That because I get girls, I actually don't know what works. And so I'm just saying like it's sexualization, but that wouldn't work for like the average guy. Is that your argument?
I have to share a link. How I can share this link?
Okay.
Need
some IT support up in here.
Ice White, can you tell me how I need to send a link to you? Because I did a
Well, just like send a message or something.
Just a minute.
What is your link, Deepak? What do you got for us?
Copy link.
Um,
I'll just say it, Deepak.
Okay, so listen. I can just explain it here. So I did an interesting poll 1-2 years ago. There's a guy. There are like two IT guys. One is Neil Patel. Maybe people can search, and another
he's the
Neil
SEO
Patel, and
guy, right?
another is another is he's a balding Indian guy, and another is Alex Baker. So I did that poll that if these two IT guys are stop their Alex Baker is like a good looking like American white guy. They're not in dating, but like if these two IT guys stopped doing IT and start to become a dating coach and teaching guys like how to get laid or something, without just talking on the camera, without showing any kind of proof or something, so which guy they will believe that guy is more like worth listen to. And the majority of the polls came for this good looking Alex Baker, good looking white IT guy. So the question is here, that is very clear. Neil Patel is not in the stereotypes. Now the question is why this guy fit in that category, because he's a positive stereotype. Yeah. So when you and what is positive stereotype? What is stereotype? Stereotype is something when you are getting when there is a consistent pattern involved in, for example, in getting success with girls or in anything. So when there's a consistent pattern involved, that becomes like stereotype in anything. So for Indian stereotype will be like there will be like IT guys or doctors, nerd, because that's a consistent pattern. So that Alex Baker is coming in that stereotype, that is getting girls. So now if we say like like if we can like hypothetically we can compare Neen Patel. I mean, I'm a bit stronger than Neen Patel though. So you may look like Alex Baker and I'm looking like Neil Patel. So Indian guy, IT guy, my background is also IT though. So you are like Alex Baker. So now listen very carefully. If we
I'm listening.
Yeah. So let's compare. Like, we are in one place, maybe in Sydney or anywhere in Germany or in USA, to get X number of girls. Imagine, like, you get like 10 girls, and I get the same, like 10. To get X number of girls, based on your stereotype, you need less effort or more effort compared to me? Tell me. It's the same girl, same geographic location. Imagine we are in New York.
Yeah,
You're
your
Australian
question
guy,
is what
I'm
is
in,
more
let me,
attractive, an
so,
Australian
no, no,
stereotype or an Indian
no,
stereotype?
yeah,
Is that your
yeah.
question? Is that what you took 10 minutes to ask?
You need some skills. I need some skills. For whom it will be easier to get these 10 girls?
Oh my God, Deepak, you need to be way more concise. What is a more attractive stereotype? It's the Australian every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Australian stereotype is way more attractive than the Indian guy.
Because you face less resistance, and I will face more resistance.
Now,
So
let me ask
when
you this
I will
question.
face-
I'll
No,
ask
no,
it
let
much
me
more.
finish,
No,
let me
no,
finish.
no.
So if
Oh
you
my
are
God,
facing
please don't
less
take 10
resistance,
minutes.
if you face less resistance, then you are not able to build skills. If I'm facing more resistance and I able to successfully get these 10 girls, I need to have more skills. When you go to the gym, when you lift heavy weight, you build muscles. So resistance is important to build skills. So logically, it is also proved that when you are facing less resistance, when you're talking to girls, you will be developing less skills. And when I'm facing more resistance, I will be having more skills.
Deepak, be quiet, please. You need to.
Why
I literally gave you this argument in 30 seconds and said you agree with this. Then you spoke 5 minutes where you could have just said,
yeah,
yeah,
that's why I'm explaining. Yeah. So that's why you are having less skills.
All you had to say was, yes, I gave you your argument. Why did you spend 10 minutes to fucking ramble?
That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Okay.
That's why you,
now,
when you're already having a GPS, you're already having a GPS, and
Deepak,
you are saying, "Oh, let's go like this."
Right. Okay. I get it. I agree.
And you're,
listen,
like, you are
I'm
doing
agreeing with
scamming.
you. I'm agreeing with you. If you're a very good-looking guy compared to a short, balding Indian dude, right? Then yeah, it's going to be much easier. And I gave you the analogy, everything. Now, the difference here is my question back to you would be, now, if the same Indian guy and same Australian guy went and interacted with 10 women, but yet the 10 women the Indian guy was speaking to were mid girls, they were average girls, and the 10 guy the Australian guy was talking to were very attractive. Now he would face resistance, right? Like, are you under these? Let me finish, bro. Let me finish.
Why average girls? It's the same girl.
Let me finish, because your argument, right? No, it's not the same girl. We're not approaching the same girl.
Your argument, the same girls. This is the saying. That's why for same girls,
Deepak,
that Indian
you need
more
to
game,
kindly shut the fuck up and listen, bro. Honestly,
why he's going for average girl? Why he going for average girl? And why he's going for attractive girl? We are saying the same level of girls.
Deepak,
we need more
game. Okay, Deepak, take a breath. All right, I understand your argument.
I'm enjoying.
I know what you're saying
already.
Good, good. I'm glad you're having a good time. Now, I understand what your argument is. Now, if you listen to my argument, what I'm saying is you're thinking that I never get resistance, and that's why I don't know what works, right? That's what you're trying to say here, correct?
If you're not having game, then maybe you don't know how to deal with resistance.
Exactly.
You have to learn how to speak with the girl in an emotional way. You don't need
this. Now, this may shock you. This may shock you. Okay. This may shock you. Okay.
I have
throughout my years of game.
Cannot shock me, bro.
Throughout my years of game, I've faced a lot of fucking resistance. Now, you don't know what I used to look.
You want. You can say whatever you want, bro.
I can
throughout my life,
There's a lot of interruption going on. Let's just hear Marcus talking about resistance. This is
funny enough. This is what someone who's infield looks like. I don't know how. Okay, so funny enough, I've faced a lot of rejection in my time. Now, you don't know what I used to look like. I wasn't this attractive back in the day. Faced a lot of rejection, and as I've built up, I've started approaching hotter and hotter women. So yes, I have faced a lot of resistance, and I know how to overcome that. That's why I came up with the sexual authority as a way to build attraction, because I wasn't able to sleep with girls. And that's why when I have Indian students that don't have a good perception and don't have a good stereotype, they're actually able to sleep with girls, and more so than they would on your program. So I agree. Sometimes you have coaches out there, and I could name a few, that are very attractive, run some shitty game and get some average results. And those average results look amazing to some guys. And I will have students on my last program. I had a guy, very attractive. He slept with 10 girls in 14 days, right?
What's his name, John?
Now, no, but his game wasn't as good as my other student that only slept with a few girls on the 14 days. Now, because he had, as you'd call it, a high baseline level of attraction, but both of these people needed to build attraction. Both of them faced resistance depending on how hot the girl was, and both of them need to learn to overcome it. So this idea that you have slept with some girls but and faced some resistance and no one else has because you're Indian is just not true.
You finish? So, like you're saying, you're this guy and that guy. Do you have infield? I would love to see the infield.
Yeah. Do you want to? We can watch some right now. Do you want to pull some up? I can pull some up of me sexualizing.
No, not you. I mean, you already on that level. Like, I want to see like some Indian guys. If you have like coached or something, I would love to see that. Listen.
Yeah, I can show you my testimonials. I don't film my students and put them up on YouTube, but I can show you my testimonials.
You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want.
Testimonials of them saying whatever they want.
The problem is that the people will still believe. I know that. I know this thing.
What do you want about? Okay, so no, I have testimonials of students.
You can say what
that have got late. I have my own Infields of me getting laid, and you'll come back to this as what?
I have the testimonial. No. The problem is that, like, listen. When I came to this business at that time, the main issue was for me that if I'm saying something, people are not going to believe.
All right, let's bring up your student Infield and let's break it down.
Let me finish.
Let's do it. Let's look at your students Infield and break it down.
Let me finish this thing.
Okay.
So we can do it. We can do. Listen, I'm ready to go with mic'd up for infield, and let's look. We will both go in Warsaw maybe, and let's see who has the better quality of interaction, who can build more attraction on the spot. I am ready to do that.
Oh, bro,
I am 10 years older than
destroy you. You kidding me? Bro, I've seen your infield. It's not great. Yeah, I don't know if you're a little bit like deluded or narcissistic. Bro, I would ruin you.
More than
I would destroy
you guys combined.
You've what?
I have fucked more girls, all you three guys combined. I think you have 3 guys in your team. So listen.
How many girls have you fucked?
Forget it. I have crossed 1,000 in 2021. I already crossed 1,000 in 2021. There's a video there.
You're a funny man.
At that time, I was having the feud with John and the lifestyle. There is already a video there. Listen.
Yeah, John said John told me actually. He goes, you know what? There's one person that's fucked more girls than me. It's Deepak. He's like, he's trying to chase you down with that leak count.
Now you are like when you are not able to defend yourself.
He told me, I wish I was as good as Deepak.
Now you are trying to troll, yeah? Now you're trying to troll because you're not able to defend yourself.
Yes, because you're lying about shit over and over again.
I'm not lying about anything. I have the proof of everything, bro. I have the proof of everything.
All right, so let's go through. We can go through one of your infields. We can go through one of your student infields. We can go through one of mine. I'm happy. Which one? We can do it.
But wait a minute. That's the YouTube, because product thing I will not going to post here. Shit. Right now, yeah, this I have to.
Would it be better if
let's
a separate time
put the infield. Yeah, let's do the
analyze each other's infield.
Yeah,
I'll make a YouTube video. That's okay. I can make a YouTube video. I can. You can send me whatever infield you want. You can pick the best one. You can pick the best one you want, Deepak, of you or your student, the best one ever, and I'll do a breakdown on YouTube. Okay.
Listen, like if at the end, like if the guy is facing resistance, the infield will not look smooth. The main idea is that if you are facing the resistance, but if you are
you don't have any infield of the guy not facing resistance.
I have the infield, dude. I have the infield and everything.
Pick the best one you want. Resistance, no resistance. Pick the best one you have and send it over. I'll do a breakdown.
Infield on another debate. We can do it another debate next month. I have no problem with that. Let's
best one you want.
The conversation here. So I
Yeah.
have no problem with I am doing more infield than any other guy in this entire, like, in the industry. I
The
have more infield,
greatest,
and
the
I have
best in
no
the
other
world.
option anyway, because I have to. You can say whatever you want, but this is not going to work for me. That's why I have to show every proof of what I do. Even when I'm saying I got this
But you
student
don't
with
realize
this
it's just
thing,
proof
I
of how
have the
bad your
complete.
game is, bro.
Yeah, no,
I'm
the
saying your
game is
infield is
working.
not
The
good.
game is bringing result. What? When you're not able
What?
to argue, you
What?
see,
What
you are
result?
laughing
What
because
result?
you're not able to defend
What
yourself.
result
That's
is
why
it
you're
bringing?
laughing. You are
What result
laughing
is it
because
bringing?
that's why you're not bringing the, huh? What?
What result is it bringing?
Yeah, but like getting a girlfriend, getting a wife, boom,
You've got
boom.
a
What you
wife?
want? Like, what should I like it? Selling the organs or what? I am bringing the what they
What?
want. I am bringing the
What do
result.
you want
What they
about?
want from me when they're coming. Of course, not every, but there are some hardware issues with the guys. There are a lot of issues. Not every guy is going to get this like results,
What
but
do you mean
they
hardware
get
issues?
hardware is like, when somebody is facing some kind of, on the spectrum. I am dealing with these kind of guys. They are
Oh,
having
so
some
when guys
kind
don't
of
get results, it's
other
because they're
things.
autistic?
No. There are some issues. I know how to deal with these situation, but they are like so many different kind of. They have some kind of trauma. There is some kind of other anxiety issues. So a lot of things. There's like toxicities. They're like too toxic. Lot of things are there. So if a
So
guy
when guys
is
don't get
normal,
results with you, it's because they've got
what?
hardware issues.
No, I bring them result also. I have the guys who are coming multiple times to
So
me
why did you bring up
because
hardware
they didn't
issues? You
got
said
result.
guys get results unless they have hardware issues.
No, it is like some cases like there are like multiple factors involved in success. They are like mental issues, they are like physical looks issues. There are a lot of things involved. How quick they learn the game. So a lot of things. Do you like you are 100% success rate or what? I don't know. Like, so there are always some kind of issues, and then
100%
as
of
a
the time,
coach,
I sell
so
organs.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, of course. So when you are dealing with someone, then they're like different, like how he speak. If he having like, for example, I asked the question. Okay, I'm like doing the consultation call. Like, do you have friends? Some guys say like, I have no friends. So I know like
And
there
what
are
would your
some
advice
issues
to them
going
be?
on. So there are some issues with that person, and then I have to
So what
deal
would
with
your
this
advice to them
person
be? I'm
in a different
curious.
way. Don't interrupt. So I have to deal according the case
All
by
right,
case
keep talking.
scenario. I have to deal with him in a different way. There are some guys are normal. I have to deal with a different way. Some other guy comes, some black guy come. I have to deal with him in a different way. Some Indian guy come. I have to deal with a different way. So like different guys came. I have to deal with a different way.
Barrett just
But
said I
at
have
the end,
100% success
if
rate.
they are what me?
True.
I'm not saying I'm not having 100% success rate, but I have a fairly much better success rate, even for the toughest cases compared to you. I have the bootcamp
Okay, so what
documentaries,
do you base?
everything is there.
So hang
I
on.
have the
At the start of
bootcamp
this call,
documentaries, I'm getting
okay, you need to
results,
stop
bro.
talking, bro. Jesus Christ. At the start of this call, you said you haven't seen my stuff. You don't know what my
I have seen your
thing is.
stuff.
Okay, so
This
how could you
BS
possibly?
sexualization is, listen,
How
if
could
you
you
are
possibly
on that
think
attraction
you
threshold,
have?
then you
How could you
don't
possibly
need, you
think you
can
have
say
more of a
whatever.
success rate than me? This is, bro. You are interestingly like delusionally self-confident. It's kind of impressive. Do you actually think you're like the greatest in the world?
Of course. I am the
Interesting. All
best.
right. Is there
For
anything?
black guys, white guys, brown guys,
You're
every
the best
race.
at everything.
I can
So you
prove
have
it. Of course, I can
the
prove it.
highest like
I
count.
can.
You have the best student
Yeah, of
satisfaction,
course.
best
I have
results. You slept
proved
with
it.
the hottest
I have
girls,
proved it in my product dating, infield
and you
domination.
have the
Or
greatest
guys
product in the
from
world.
all races. Do you have any
It works
problem?
with
You're like
everyone
showing
except if you got hardware
you have
issues.
nothing because you
Yeah.
listen. You are like this guy, Alex. This steroid guy was there. I saw in Warsaw, dude. Like what he's bringing result to some Indian guy. Oh, I am getting rejected because I'm trying to sexualize the girl.
Bro,
Oh,
why are
and
you?
he will
I'm
guess
so
like you will
interested
be
why you
saying,
came with this
oh,
energy. You were like
your energy
fangirling
was
to
not
Alex when you met
correct.
him.
Oh, you were not grounded. You gaslight
Can I
these
ask you a
students like this.
question?
Oh, your body language need to be. We have to adjust your body language. That's the problem we are facing. Do it again, again. Like, come on, this is complete BS. And I saw
Hey,
these
bro,
guys there,
bro.
there
Okay,
also, and I
can
have
we
met
mute him
many
for
guys.
like just every 3 minutes?
Why
Can we
mute him?
mute
Why
him
mute
just so I
him?
can speak?
Speak.
All right.
Whatever drugs Deepak is having, I would love some.
I'd love some too. Jesus Christ.
He's very
all right,
energetic today.
Deepak, when you see someone like Alex Limburger, okay, and he's got some tattoos, he's muscular, he's tanned, all right, and these girls around him, does that upset you?
What?
Does it upset you?
When he's teaching this Telangana guy, that I
Does it?
saw
I'll ask the same
him
question
in
again. Does it upset you?
2023, this Telangana guy, and what he will teach him, or what you will teach him. I saw you teaching that this Telangana
I'll ask the
guy,
same question
and
again. Does it upset you?
dude, like this is not gonna work.
Does it upset you?
What?
Does it upset you?
What? Upset in the no. I'm telling
Yeah.
no, it is not upsetting me. It is not upsetting me, but it is telling the truth. It's
Does it
not
make you
upsetting
angry?
me. I'm just telling the truth. I
Does it
am
make you
trying
angry?
to save the audience that you're not teaching the right thing. You are hiding, you're teaching something else, hiding, because some average looking guy is coming to you. This Alex Lindenberg is coming to some average looking
His name's Limburger.
white guy,
Sorry.
Lindberger, whatever. So Lindberger, Alex. Okay. So some average looking guy, even a white guy or Indian guy, anyone is coming to, he can get away with a lot of things. But Indian guy or some other even average looking white guy is going, it is not going to work. And there, because he has never faced resistance. In your case, the same thing.
Do you know what Alex Limburger used to look like?
To build the skills when you are not able to build,
Deepak,
because when you face
this is a conversation. You can't just yell at the camera because you're mad at good-looking guys. Okay, listen. I get it. If you're an Indian dude and you grow up, like, you get a lot of
even average looking white dude.
Jesus Christ. You get a lot of stereotyping from women, and it can be tough and it can be like frustrating when you see good looking guys killing it. Now, Alex Limburger never used to look that way. He used to be like skinny fat. He used to have like a pimply face. He wasn't an attractive guy, and he faced a lot of resistance. Now, as he became more attractive, did he get a higher level of attraction to begin with? Of course, that happened. But you're upset because he was teaching a guy about subcoms, which is like literally the only thing you could list before that could build attraction. And now you're like, oh, he was telling me he needs to go in a bit.
I'm just telling you that, like,
you sound very hurt, very upset, and very mad.
Telling the truth is not upsetting. It's the leadership. People giving the right people the right direction where they have to go is the leadership quality. Not upsetting. I am enjoying my life, bro. I am not upsetting.
We all believe it. You don't sound mad at all, bro.
Yeah, yes, you have to. Yes.
No, you sound very calm, relaxed. You let people talk. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Speak.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to cover? So
did we cover the resistance thing?
Yeah, we covered how to build attraction, and then we covered why we're mad at good-looking dudes. What else do we have here? Let me check. So general attraction, doing sexualization, touching. Sex versus romance. That's probably something I want to touch on, because I would imagine that you're setting up some bad frames, and you're probably bringing up some LMR with romantic interactions. Although, like, you described romance as just being emotive. So I still don't know what the difference between like romance and just having like normal game or sexualizing is to you. So yeah, I'd be curious on that.
So the when you are amplifying attraction, then you are like, romance is what we use, but on technical terms, when we are breaking it down, it is amplifying attraction. So when you generate that emotional feeling in the girl, she likes you, then she will come to date with you, she will sleep with you and everything. Listen, like, okay, let me finish this thing. So she will come to date with you, she will sleep with you, because she is now seeing you that guy, that she is into him. And that requires some skills, but it is definitely happen. And even with I'm 46. I have done it. After the boot camp in Stockholm, I had some time, and they were like 2 Norwegian girl, and I did it. They were desperate to meet me. I will show it. Like that's not a problem. I have some infield of me. Like when you
Was that
are
the infield on
building that
YouTube? That
kind of,
was also
no,
bad.
it is just
Where
like
you went to the bar and they left
few
you?
weeks ago. No, it's just like
Okay.
I'm
Alright,
just
definitely.
like I don't do. I mean, for like a 21, 22-year girl, I cannot impress that. Oh, I am from Germany or India or something. And like there, you need a proper game. So what I'm saying to you here is that the building romance is like more like an amplifying attraction, and when you are like okay, verbal thing, what is the most stimulating thing for the girl? Emotional stimulating. uh, okay,
That's why you
talking
shouldn't touch
about
and you
like,
should talk.
flirtation is also emotional stimulating, but after that is touching is the emotional stimulating in
Which
kinesthetic.
is more
So that's why,
stimulating?
let me
Because you
finish.
just
So
said it was
when we are
emotion.
so when you are moving things forward, you are verbally flirting with the girl, and then you physically touch the girl. That is more stimulating for her, and that generate that feeling. We are not like I'm touching her sexually. It is not sexually touch, it is in an emotional way. And when you're doing it in the right way, you she see you that attractive guy, she's attracted to you, and then you just meet, talk about anything, she's completely into you. Then the game is on 90% is finished, then 10% is just like take the girl home and watch a movie, fuck her, whatever you do, she's already into you. You don't need all these things, these section that your student need to learn attraction and amplifying attraction. So the guys, for listen, if the guy is having a high attraction threshold, then he just need a killer instinct to lead, take the charge, lead the girl, some basic conversation, and close the deal. But if the guy is coming from low attraction threshold, base level, he has to, instead of sexualizing and all this thing, he has to amplify the attraction. When the attraction is amplified, then she's already into you, then she will just going to sleep with you.
Okay. Ice, I'm sorry to do this to you. I didn't know one thing there that differentiated romantic from sexual, or what romance actually was. Did you understand any of that?
I'm doing a lot of background things, but do
Okay.
you have a version of your own?
Yeah.
And then we
So
can go from there.
100%. Like I consider these to create very different framing. So when we spoke before about retention, which a lot of guys suck at, and something that I think is like very unique to UMP and what we teach, is framing is like important when it comes to sex on the first night, and also setting up a casual dynamic with the girl afterwards. Even if you're after marriage or relationship, something like that, it should always be set up casual first. So now you can go through a discernment phase where the girl can actually like prove herself to you over time. She should not be able to prove herself to you after a day you don't know enough about her. So if you set up romantic frames, which is like looking deep in her eyes, telling her how pretty she is, telling her that you don't want sex on the first night, that you want to like take things very slow with her. If you take her on dates and to dinner, like these are all.
Don't put word in
Oh,
my mouth. I never said
bro.
I never
Okay.
sex in the first night. When I said that,
You
I never said that. Don't put word in my mouth. Yeah.
I don't know if you realize this, but I never said Deepak said. I'm telling you what I
So
consider
because
romantic
you
and
are
sexual
associating
frames.
both things. I'm talking about this thing and you're associating. It is like we are built. Listen,
Can we
when we are
mute him,
amplifying.
please? I need to be able
Why?
to like talk
Okay.
and like say my thing.
Speak.
So thank you for the permission to speak finally. So there's two ends of the spectrum. So it's like sexual and romantic. So if you're doing these things, it creates a romantic frame. The girls start to think that you want a relationship. Now, if the girl just wants something casual, that's going to scare her away and she's going to be like, fuck, another needy guy. If she does want a relationship, then she starts to think, I need to act like a relationship girl. A relationship girl doesn't have sex on the first night, might not even on the second or third night. So she's going to start acting that way. And if that's not what you want, now you've got this girl that thinks you want a relationship that is not giving you sex. And now you're caught up with girls being like, what are we? Where is this going to? And then, yeah, even if you do have sex with her, it usually lasts one time because you'll get that ultimatum. So it's much better to move towards more the sexual, casual frame and allow her to prove herself to you over time. Now, these are going to be even the types of ways you have sex should be a little bit more casual and sexual. You shouldn't be like taking a dinner. You should stick to drinks. you wouldn't want to like be sitting there for 4 hours and getting to know about her grandmother or some shit. Like that again should be earned and come later on. So whenever I hear like romance and I'm thinking about like bringing her flowers or I'm thinking about like doing these things, and Deepak, I'm not saying you said that, okay? That's what I'm careful of. Now, when I asked you what romantic was, I didn't get an answer. I just got that you need to amplify attraction and flirt and touch. None of that, like even with touch, there's romantic and sexual touch. Sexual touch is going to be like running your hands slowly up the back of her neck and grabbing her hair. It's going to be like just gently running your hands up around her sternum here. It's going to be like taking you by the hand and be like, come with me. Whereas romantic touch is going to be like holding hands and rubbing them on the table. It's going to be like looking at her gently. It's going to be like moving hair off her face and then saying like, oh, you're so pretty. So even in that sense, there's romantic and sexual. Again, I didn't get a clear answer from you. I don't think anyone in chat knew what you were talking about. But that's what I'd be very careful of. And that's why I always encourage sexual over romantic.
Okay, so let me explain you. Like I explain you a bit more detail so that you understand where I'm coming from. So when I started the game, it was like completely pure platonic in 2010-12. And then it was like, I came to find out like, okay, you have to physically escalate the girl. You have to game the girl all from the start till the end, not just like direct approach. And then by 2013-14, I was doing like more romantic. Yeah. So I was also starting to teach. So I noticed this thing that when you're going, this is correct, that when you're going for the like complete romantic, then it creates some problem with the girl and with my students that the sex was delayed. So I was speaking in that way at that time. It was 2013 and 14, that period. So by 2015, I came up with the idea that if we technically break it down, the romantic part, like, instead of using the word romantic things, if we use the word like she likes you. So if the girl like me, she can see it as romantic, she can see as sexual. So when the girl like me, she will be fucking in both ways. So if the girl is like, for example, so I was going out and testing at that time in Germany, in Berlin, that how much sexual I have already, the romantic part already handled. So how much sexual I can go. So I was testing this sexual part as fast, as much as possible, and able to find a way that, okay, like romantic is not the efficient way, but when I am doing romantic sexual, building the sexuality also when it is required, I can do it. And I can also mix with romance, like more emotional escalation. Romance, when I'm talking, so it's like more emotional escalation. Sexual is, for example, the girl is instant dating me and I'm just looking in her lips or like touching her leg, and I see the signal and I will just say, like, even the beer is not yet finished, 1/3 is finished, and I will say, let's move, because I'm already seeing the signal, and I will like close the girl. So there I reduce the romantic part. I will just close the deal at that time. So it is more like a romantic sexual thing, this thing, what I'm saying. So now you have to do both things to get the maximum result. So on the daytime scenario, this is what I've seen. If you are building like flirtatious vibe, less sexual, it is more socially accepted. If I'm, for example, if I'm looking at her, like, you can look at the girl leg, like verbally, but if I'm touching the girl, I have touched the girl legs on the daytime also, but it is still like, it's not like for every student can do these things. So I definitely like teach them to, like, go for more handhold and mix also. For example, I will also say that I just noticed when you finish your last sentence, I noticed you have nice lips. Earlier, I didn't notice because I was focused on your personality and character. Now I can see the other things also. So what I'm saying is that we build the sexual part also, but I mean, of course, I'm not like, you are a guy, so it looks a bit weird, but I'm actually teaching, telling you like how, even like, and I'm teaching the guys how they speak. So when you're doing this thing, you are mixing both, like this emotional escalation, and here and there, this this sex. I have the like listen, when it comes to bold sexual stuff, you cannot go beyond me. Like, there was a girl, I have the complete infield. So there was a girl, she was having a boyfriend, and and then my student was approaching this girl, and the girl said like, I have a boyfriend, the maximum we can drink a coffee, and I cannot do anything more than that. So, and you go to your, I say, let's go for a wine. She said, no, you go to your place, I will go to my place. That's it. So, because I have a boyfriend. So I said, okay, so how we can break these things? Okay, how we can more? So I said like, okay, tell her that like, there's a famous blogger. She said that if the girl is having a relation, and if she's having, sex with someone, but if she's not having orgasm, then it is not seen as cheating. Then he was afraid. I said like, just say it, like, fuck that, just say it. So he said it to this girl, and what happened, like, the girl was red on her face, and then she said that I don't know if it is true. So but we are acting like I don't know what is going on, like if it is true or not true. I will, like, the student is, or me, like, if it is true, I don't know, it is not true, maybe it is true, but we confuse her. And then I said to him that let's put the sixth gear and say that I just noticed now that you have nice lips, earlier I didn't notice. And then we say, okay, how about going for a wine? And then say, yes, let's go for a wine. Let's go for a wine, and let's go for the massage in my room. Let's go to massage in my room. I have the fucking infield. I have the proof of it, bro. So when it comes to sexual, I know I can do sexual, but it is mixing both things. It is
Hang on. So
mixing both things, and it is, yeah.
Sorry, do you think you're the best at sexualizing in the world?
What?
Do you think you're the best at sexualizing in the world?
I'm the best in amplifying attraction. Sexualization
The question
is
was,
just a byproduct.
are you the best at
in
sexualizing
amplifying
in the world?
attraction. Amplifying attraction is the 90% of the game is already finished.
So your student said it doesn't count as cheating if I don't give you an orgasm, or because you're not already getting orgasms?
The main idea is to confuse her. We are confusing the girl and make her open to something like more bold stuff. And then I said like, by the way, I notice you have nice lips. And then she eats that compliment, and then she went for him after the coffee, she went for him for a wine and then for a massage. So yeah.
So what I'm understanding here is
the question was
framing.
what was the question was what is romantic? And now we've got like poor sexualization.
Because question is here, if my system is not like, oh, just giving the flower romantic and all this. If it is required to be hardcore sexual, I can go that way also. But if it is not, I have the other way to solve a problem. I have two different ways.
I'm scared to ask this, Deepak, but my question is going to be, when would you go romantic and when would you go sexual? But please answer this within like 2 minutes.
Depends on the situation. If the guy want to fuck the girl, he don't really care about too much, then I will just go full sexual. Here and there you can do some emotional escalation, but go full sexual. But normally my system is where when the girl is higher than your SMV, when the girl is higher than the looks, there my system works, my system shines better. I have the proof of it. I'm the living proof of it.
Stop talking about proof. We're talking about, you don't have the proof. I've seen it. Now we're talking about romantic versus sexual. I'm asking, when would you go either? What it sounds like you're saying is if the girl's a low SMV than you and you want to fuck her really quick, go sexual.
No, it's
and
not
if the
like
girl's
low
high
SMV. It is not like low SMV. And normally, like, for example, for that guy, like, he don't really care about kind of this like romantic thing and all. He just wanted to bang, and then we just like push it in that direction. But sometimes even for same delay, you have to bring that kind of that emotional romantic feeling, by the end, like girl will still fuck you. So you have to mix it, and according to the girl blueprint, you have to adjust it. You cannot just, there's no, because every girl has a different blueprint. You cannot just have one path to
you're not
follow.
explaining anything, Deepak. We all know women are
Because
different.
it
We all know
depends
you
on the
need to
girl. It
apply
depends
and
on
you
the
need to
girl.
be
If the girl
congruent.
is
We all
very
know
much
that.
open to
But
sexual escalation, I will just go full on sexual and close the deal. If the girl is slightly more like East European and like making it slow, like it's
this
a
is my problem.
Polish
Here
and
it
all,
is.
it will be like I'm going slowly. I'm more romantic. It's a bit different thing. If the girl is
Yes.
like from
And
Berlin, more sexual, I can go more sexual.
so,
If the
question,
if,
the
if he's
girl
in
in
New
Eastern
York,
Europe, I'm just going to talk over the top. The girl in Eastern Europe, when you go romantic, does she expect this to be a relationship?
it is no, it is not like a relationship thing. First is you have to get the sex out of the table. First, the
So
sex
these
is
girls have
done.
sex with you on that first night when you go relationship
It is
mode or
not the.
romantic
It is
mode,
It is not like first night. It can the like East European. You have to take time. It
like
is not
third or
like
fourth
first
night.
night. It can be like it can be more than that also. It can be also first night. It can be it is again like I've like done
Deepak,
so
so
much
third or
East
fourth
block. I
night?
like it can be anything. It can be 10 days also.
Okay, so 10th night.
It can be
Now, when
10th
you
10th 10th
okay,
10th
so
date also.
on the 10th date, you have sex with this girl. Is she not expecting this to be a relationship if she's gone 10 dates with you and now you've had sex?
If I am that much patient, then I'm also interested in like seeing her.
So this is a relationship frame.
So it is not relationship frame. It is like like I have done way
It's
more
not a
East
relationship
European.
frame. She
So
just is
but my
interested in a
system works
relationship.
in
And if
East
I've gone on
Europe.
10 dates,
My
I'd be
system
interested
works
in a
in East
relationship. This
Europe,
is a relationship
and my
frame.
system works in Stockholm. I have
Okay,
conquered
Deepak, let's
Scandinavia. I have
Deepak.
conquered USA,
Notice what
Europe.
happens
The
here
system
is
works
when
everywhere. Of course,
notice what
listen,
happens
I
here
am
is
not
when
going
I get
to
to a point,
not
all
go
you do
like,
is you talk over the top of me and you keep
no,
saying,
I'm
I
not
have proof
talking.
I'm the
So
best in the
you are not
world.
able to
Okay.
understand anything. You're not
Okay,
able to
then
understand.
help
You're
me
like
understand. Help me
like
understand
50
then,
game
okay?
Let's get
IQ. You have
back
to
to the point here. Let's get back to
Yes,
the
yeah.
point here. So you
please. So
say nine
yes.
dates, 10 dates. How is that not a relationship frame? Can you answer that?
9 dates or 10 dates. It can be in a way that like the girl is slow. The girl is very slow. And I just, she is not open to that kind of sexual thing. So there is like a one situation it happened. So what happens like with the 9 date scenario, it happened one time. And, but anyway, like, I can explain you, but there is a one guy, we talked about it, and sometimes there's a he's in Miami actually, and I mean this guy is getting like the dating like clients for like $500,000 or something like that. I will not don't want to tell his name, and it took him also 1 year to sleep with one girl there also.
1 year?
So listen, yes, and he has like multiple
Bro, get out of
girlfriends
here.
and
Stop.
everything, and
This is
people
a
are paying
troll.
him. People are paying him that much money. Anyway, so let's back. So what happened with my situation? Like the girl actually, I met this German girl, and then she find out like who I am. So then she said like, oh, are you filming me because I saw that like this. I said, no, I'm not filming you, this and this and this. And then I said, okay, I said, okay, let's meet, but if we meet, and I will promise you that I will not do my game tactic. So at that time with this 9 date thing, it happened when I said, okay, I will not do anything, the game tactic and all. And that's why, because she knew who I am, and that's why it's just like basic date, and slowly it work out. And I could have like let her go, but at that time I decided like I want to have her in my life, so why not? So that's how it is.
So tell me,
but
did you get in
definitely
a
like if
relationship with this
you
girl?
hmm?
Did
Yeah,
you get into a relationship with this
yeah,
girl?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So how is that
all
not
good.
relationship framed if you ended up in a relationship with
Yeah,
her?
but I have the relationship with the girl within 7 hours to meet. I have the girlfriend for very long time within first date or within same day lay. I have the relationship with that also.
You got into a
I fuck
relationship
the
after
girl.
one
I
day?
have after I have the relationship with the girl. If I am sleeping in the first date, I have also relationship with that girl, and I have the relationship with the girl.
Hang on,
If
hang
I
on. The
have
question,
slept with him
Deepak,
on the
Deepak,
same
the
day,
question was,
same day,
Deepak,
it has
the
nothing to
question
do
was,
with the time. It is if the
it's
girl,
got
if
everything to
I
do with the
like the
time.
girl.
Deepak, the
You
question
don't
was,
understand anything, man. You
you
have
don't
to learn some
understand.
game.
Okay, can
You
we
have to
appeal
come
to
to
the
my
moderator
workshop.
here? Ice White, does that make any sense whatsoever? He's saying he went on
It
10
makes
dates.
sense. It makes
No,
sense.
I'm asking Ice.
It
I'm
makes
asking Ice.
sense.
He said he
Yes.
went on 10 dates.
Wait.
My claim was that that's a relationship frame. His claim that it wasn't. And then he said, it's not because I got into a relationship with her. That's my point, is that she expected a relationship and that's what she got.
That was contradiction.
No.
However, let's take it this way. So I
I
remember
have,
on
what I'm saying is that I have, listen, I have, okay,
I remember on a previous debate that Marcus was part
9
of, he
dates.
said, correct me if I'm phrasing this slightly differently, but what I remember is Marcus said something along the lines of anyone with very good game should be able to pull on the first date approximately 90% of the time. Do you remember something like that?
Correct.
So given that information, how can we
But who is the
compare this
Marcos
to
tell? Who is he? That's the question. Who is he?
Who am
He's
I?
nothing. I can say if you are able to deal with the resistance and you overcome the resistance, that's good game. If you, because if
Yeah,
a
but you're not
good-looking guy,
overcoming resistance. This is the point. You're going on 10
good-looking
dates.
guy can go to the girl and he can sleep with one date, but there is a guy who has not the looks level. The resistance is the most important thing. If you are able to deal with the resistance and successfully overcome it, that's good game. I am telling you
Correct.
what
No
is
one's
good game.
disagreeing with
It
that.
has
But
nothing to
your
do with,
premise
it
is
has
that
nothing to
good-looking
do
guys
with,
don't get
see,
resistance. That's not true.
I have banked girl within 10 minutes after the
Okay,
boot camp. I
congratulations.
had some time. I have done it multiple times, and I said to the dude, like, listen, this is not luck. I have done it multiple times, and I have also, like, after 1 year of like getting the number, I have also slept in that situation. So every girl is different. It is not like a
Okay, so
computer
I'm just
program.
going to
Girls are
share for
not
the
like a
audience
computer
why I think it's a
program.
bad idea to
No,
do
it's not a
romantic
bad
game
idea.
and 10 dates. Now, if you're happy
You are not
to
able to
just
defend
follow,
yourself, bro. That's the problem. You are
if
just
you're
like trying
happy,
to like,
okay,
let's
if
hear
you're
from Marcus now.
if you're
Mhm.
happy to like go on 10 dates and accept that frame, you need to know the consequences of that. So the consequences of that is you're going to have to go on fucking 10 dates. It's a huge long time investment without actually having sex. Now, at the end of those 10 dates, if you want to rough that out, then you're going to have a girl that expects a relationship and expects one's actually probably fairly soon. So there's a few issues here. One, you're putting yourself out of the dating market, unless it's open, for a girl that you don't know that well. There's plenty of really attractive, amazing women that I've seen for a few months, and it's not until like month 5 that you start really understanding the real her. And honestly, really after like a year. So you're kind of getting yourself on the dating market for a girl that you don't have a high confidence rating of like how amazing she actually is. Number 2, this girl is going to expect all the things that come with a relationship. So if you want to keep it casual after 10 dates, it's just going to end there, because basically she's going to give you an ultimatum, which is like, what is this? You've been treating, she's going to feel a little bit used maybe or manipulated. Instead, you can just come right out and set up a casual frame. Now you will get some resistance. You'll have to use some game to deal with that, right? You'll have to build a level of trust. You'll need to make sure she doesn't feel used or that this is just sex. You'll need to allow her to know that maybe something will come out of this in the future. And that way you can sleep with her, first, second night. You can set up a dynamic that she's not expecting you to message her every day, call her every day, see her every day. She's not expecting a relationship. And now 6 months down the line, a year down the line, if you do want to get in a relationship with her, if she does meet the criteria, you can. And then you don't end up in a lot of these 10-date relationships or one-date relationships, apparently, that are probably just going to end after 6 months because you start to figure out you guys aren't compatible. You should do all that testing while you're on the dating market.
You're just sticking to one thing. I said, like, I give you 3 examples. I had a girl. I slept in the first date. I made her girlfriend. Same day lay, I made her girlfriend. And 10 dates, 9 dates, the same thing. And like I have done also like a first date and made my girlfriend. So it has
Can I
nothing
just
to do
clarify,
with like
because I think
10
I'm
dates
misinterpreting you.
or
When you
yeah.
say first date made my girlfriend, you mean you slept with her on the first date and then like 6 months later
The
you made her your
sex
girlfriend,
has
right?
to like sex has to come out of the table. Sex has to be only after sex the girl will know if she likes, because after
Deepak, I'm
sex is the
asking you this question
highest
to help you,
attraction level.
because to the
Yeah,
audience, it sounds like you
yeah.
made this girl your girlfriend after one date. What you really mean is you slept with her and then much later you made her your girlfriend? Okay.
Yeah. No, slept with her, and I have also slept with the girl. Within maybe 3-4 hours, I met her and then slept with her, and
Yeah, but you didn't make her your
also
girlfriend after sleeping with
I
her,
made
right?
my
Like,
girlfriend. No, after I
oh,
make my
that same
girlfriend, we
night.
met and we are meeting. That she end up becoming, even that after 10 date, it is not like maybe she will just leave. So it
I
is
still
like we
don't
are
know.
just meeting
Good luck.
again and again and again, and then it becomes like 3, 4, 5 months, then become girlfriend.
What
But
Marcus
I'm
is getting
deciding to
at
leave.
is
It is not
I
like
think
even
of
after. What
I
I'm
think
saying,
of
listen,
my
what
versions
I'm
and
after listen,
like
what I'm saying is after sex we are meeting again and again, and I am finding her like attractive to, I want to meet her again, and then later
yeah,
slowly
that's the
slowly
point.
it become like girlfriend thing. So even after
Okay,
10
good.
dates, like sex happened, and then after few months, like later, become girlfriend boyfriend with the same delay, sex, and then after few months it become girlfriend boyfriend. But I'm just saying, like, of course the girlfriend process take long time, but after everything was after sex. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe this will be the last one. So you wrote in here, and one of the guys in chat mentioned it too. Okay, dating coach should be banned. I'm doing, where is it? You wrote something about, oh, what is with the bolding Indian IT node everyone uses in their example? And then also XRPT skills said something about, like, I've mentioned bold Indian guys before or something. I don't remember his exact comment. Maybe you
Yeah.
can write it again, XRP.
So the bold in, so it is very interesting. Like when people use the stereotype, I have seen like squirting Casanova also, and you also. So when you use the stereotype of an incel or something, you are using
Yep.
like a balding Indian guy. Yeah. So
Correct. Yeah. Short Indian
so
dude.
you are using, so it is on the Western. I don't believe in this thing actually, but it is on the Western
No, you do believe
standards.
in this
It
thing.
No, I don't believe in this thing. I have my own stereotype. I don't really care. Anyway, so
Hang
it
on, hang on,
is
hang on, hang on.
on
Before
the
in the
Western
debate,
assembly level. Listen.
okay, go
On the
for it.
Western assembly level, I agree that this is how the people see.
Okay.
So if the bolding Indian guy is having even the same level of success what you are getting, he has more skills.
What's the
He has more
complaint here?
skills.
Because my argument is that
Complaint is
stereotypically
I
bolding,
no.
let
Yeah.
me just, you're not going to understand if you don't listen. My understanding of,
No, I understand. So
bruh,
I understand. Like,
Deepak,
first
take
of
it.
all, like, why you're not using that, like, why you're not using like a balding white guy? You're using balding
Why
Indian
do you
guy
think? Do you have any idea? Because I can tell you if you just listen, but why do you think I'm saying that?
because you think they are not attractive.
Correct. And you also
So
think that because in
so
your examples, no, let me finish. In your examples earlier, you
mhm.
said who would get more girls, the Australian guy or the Indian guy? And you told me it would be the Australian guy. You just said now, if the balding Indian guy
No.
gets
If we are
girls,
no,
it
I
requires
never
more
said
skill.
Australian guy. Said I never said Australian guy. Don't put word in my mouth. I said
I thought
if
that's
we
what
are
you
getting
said.
that same 10 level, 10 girls. No, you can repeat. You can watch it. 10 girls. If you are
I
both
will.
getting, then that balding guy need more skills. And the skills can only be transferred,
No.
not your looks, not your accent, nothing. That's
No.
why if I am having even the same level of girls you are getting, I have more skills.
Exactly,
And the
because you're at
skills
a
can only be
disadvantage.
transferable to the student, not your looks.
No.
If an
Stop.
Telangana guy is coming
Stop. No, listen. You
Lindenberg,
need to listen.
what he
You're
will.
contradicting yourself. You said if we both get the same amount of goals, you require more skill because you're at a disadvantage for being Indian, correct?
Yeah.
So
In the
that's my
Western.
point. So if I'm picking the most disadvantaged person, they're going to be short, balding, and Indian. I'm using your same logic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm using the same logic to tell that
So what is
if
the
I'm
disagreement
getting
if
the
we're using the
same
same
level of
logic?
girls, I have more skills. That's why when I am talking about game and amplifying
No,
attraction,
you're missing the
I have
point.
the more
You're saying
authority and I
what
know
is
what I'm doing,
Deepak,
and you
Deepak,
have less
what
skills.
is
That's why
your
you have less
issue,
skills, because you are
Deepak?
getting the base attraction level
Stick to the one argument, my man. Listen,
already
we're
too
talking
high.
about,
When you are having a
listen,
GPS in your
Deepak,
hand, when you're having the
Deep.
GPS in your hand, then you don't need the what you're saying, like, oh,
Okay, you
let's
hate
do
good-looking
this
guys. We get it.
strategy.
You hate them. All right, good-looking white guys are the
No, what?
worst.
I don't
Now,
hate any.
my point
I'm not hating.
is,
No,
my
I'm not
point
hating.
is,
Pointing
Deepak,
out the flaws is not hating someone.
Deepak, listen. What is your problem with me saying short, balding Indian guys? What is the disagreement?
Disagreement? What do you mean? Like disagreement? No, I am taking this example and using it in a positive way. I am taking that example. That's why I didn't wear the cap to this time.
So do you think
So that I
Indian is an
represent that
advantage?
stereotype, because
Do you think,
I have
oh
the
my God,
dude, I have the
Deepak, you're
cap
not
here.
listening,
I have
bro.
the cap
You're
here.
not listening.
Why I didn't wear the cap? Because I wanted to represent that stereotype and tell you that if I'm belonging to that stereotype, then I have better skills and I'm
Okay.
more authorized to teach.
So,
Guys,
Deepak,
you don't have that much skills anyway.
do you have an issue with me when I'm picking an incel to say short, balding Indian, or when I'm picking a guy that is going to get not much initial attraction from women to say short, bald Indian? Do you have a problem with that? Yes or no?
You can say whatever you want.
I know I can say whatever I want. Do you have a problem when I say that?
Saying anything.
I know. Do you have a problem with it?
No, I represented that bald ending Indian guy and able to tell that clearly in debate that I have better skills and better game.
Oh my God.
And that's
So
I have
you
already
do not.
proved it here.
So just to be clear, you have
can
no
say
problem
whatever
with
you
me.
want. You can say whatever you want. I'm not to control you. You're sitting in
I
Australia.
know
What
I can
will
say whatever I want. I'm not. The question isn't, do you think I have free will and can say what I want? That's not the question. The question is, when I say it, is it upsetting to you or do you have a problem with it?
It upsetting some of my audience, but that's okay. I mean, that's a free
Okay. So why is it upsetting
world.
some of
You
your,
can
this
say
is
whatever
what
you
I'm
want. I
trying
mean,
to
like
get
what I
to,
will say.
right? Why is it upsetting some of your audience?
Listen, like everybody is different. Like they find it insulting. That's okay.
Okay.
But
why do they find it? Why do
I
they
am
find it?
here to I
Deepak,
represented
stick
this
to the
stereotype.
topic, please.
That's why
This is the
I would
one
have the
topic we're going to
cap.
try stick
I
to,
would have
okay?
the cap.
We're going to try stick to this, okay? We're going to try stick to it. We're not going to mention hot dudes. We're not going to mention building. We're sticking to this. Why does your audience find it insulting?
Ask them.
Okay, so you don't have a problem with it at all, and you have no idea why your audience has a problem with it. You just decided to put it in the debate topics.
What should I like? No idea and all this thing. I have taken that topic. I have taken the balding Indian guy and proved it in front of you.
Stick to the topic. Why?
You
have no idea why your audience is upset, and you're not upset by it.
Topic.
Okay, so you have no idea why your audience is upset.
What people are
Oh
lot of things to me. Why I will upset? If they are upset, of course, like you're putting the stereotype. Of course, they are upset because you're putting the stereotype. You're not using a white balding.
Do you think
guy. You're
it's?
using an
Do you
Indian
think?
balding guy.
Okay, so just stop. Deepak. This is a conversation. Deepak.
What do you think? What do you think?
Oh my God! All right, Deepak. Is this a stereotype that we agree with, or do we think it's wrong? So, for example, right, there might be a stereotype that Asians are really bad drivers. Okay. Now, if I was an Asian person and I thought that was incorrect, I'd have a problem with it. Now, as an Australian guy, you might say Australians, I'm trying to think of a negative stereotype. We're awesome. I can't even think of a negative stereotype for Australia. But the point is, do you think this? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you think we're wokies or something? Right? There you go. Do you think we're wokies? It's like, yeah, I guess like
There is no
majority of
negative
us are,
stereotype.
right?
Yeah, of course. Like
Yeah, it may be
India,
negative. I think it's true. I don't take offense to that.
Hippies with weird
Yeah.
mustaches.
So I agree with
Like
that.
that.
Do we have bad haircuts? Yeah, a lot of us have mullets and shit. I think that's bad. I'm not getting
Yeah.
upset by
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Do you think Indian guys are typically unattractive in the Western world?
The question to me. And what can you
Yeah.
repeat it one more time, please?
Yeah. So this is what I
Yeah,
understand. I give the example of an incel and I picture short Indian balding guy, right? That's what I picture as an incel. Okay. So I use this as my example. Now, it sounds like your audience is saying you should pick a white balding short guy, right? But yet I think we agree that Indian in the Western world is actually a disadvantage and is actually, if you ask women, they would probably describe it as one of the least attractive races. So that's why I use it as my example. I'm balding, and I use the balding example because I think balding is unattractive.
Okay, that's a very deep topic.
My question to you is
that's a very deep topic.
Yeah,
that's a very deep topic.
One that we can stay on topic with, please.
I have thought about it. I have thought about it in a very deep way because like I'm Indian, I'm loyal to my people. So the first thing is like what I have not yet able to make the video about it, but the thing is, okay, I can explain simple as that. Western assembly standard, you have to set your own standard. The way India is doing the independently their own things. As an Indian guy, who is watching this video, the stream, you are not saying that in the Western assembly standard, we are on the bottom barrel. You have to stop thinking in this way. No matter it is right or wrong, you have to be deluded in a way that you set your own assembly and your assembly, you are on the top priority. You are the top one.
No,
this is
they're
how
not.
you have to think. I have
no, it's not how you should
come
think.
up with this kind of like this thing on the video. This is how you should. Why should I follow the Western assembly standard? Why should I?
Because
I follow?
I'll explain why. I'll explain why. Because when you teach students to like, can I explain, Deepak, what my feelings are on this? When you teach men these what I would consider lies, right? I don't think it's helpful. So if you tell a guy, let's pick short, for example, right? Say there's a guy that's short. If I tell him, actually, you know what? Women love short men. Being tall is actually a disadvantage. Being short is number one. You're at the top. No one's going to believe that. So all that happens, and we know, again, from studies that this happens. So when you give yourself these self-validating thoughts, there's your conscious mind that comes up with this that says short men are really attractive. Naturally, what happens is there another part of your brain that is like, no, they're not. And that gets repeated and solidified. So you don't actually feel better about yourself. We know this from, what do you call it? What's the word for things that you say into the mirror for yourself? If these are lies, it actually has a detrimental effect on people. What's better is to understand the reality of the situation and then use what you have control of. So when I have short students, I don't lie to them and say women love short men. It's actually better. What I tell them is, yeah, it matters, right? Women like guys that are a little bit taller, of course, but you can overcome that. If you're a super charismatic guy, if you have sexual authority, if you're able to like fucking walk into the room and take control, if you can speak to the friends, if you can build up emotions within this girl, she's going to find you attractive no matter how tall you are. And the same thing with my Indian students is India, like, unless you're in Poland where actually they consider Indians like exotic and they like it, if you're in Australia or America, being Indian is a negative stereotype. They're not going to like it. So you have to take what you're having to control. So if you have a really good job, I want to speak about that. If you can challenge the girl and make things fun and playful, I do that. There's other ways to build attraction. I know you may like the idea of trying to self-delude yourself. I mean, you say you're the best in the world and things like that. And, you know, Indian is like the number one, but you don't even believe that because earlier on you were telling me an Indian guy that gets laid requires more skill, therefore is less attractive than all else things equal a white guy, which I actually agree with. But this is your point that you're making. You're just contradicting yourself now.
Okay,
I think, let me just make a point here. I think at the bottom line of this is whenever we bring up a theoretical person, like theoretical bald Indian guy, we're just talking about some person who lacks identity. A lot of this really comes down to a lot of guys not valuing their own uniqueness and not having identity other than I'm part of X race or X nationality or something like that. So be the exception is my message
Well
instead of
said.
making a lot of excuses
Okay,
or
so let me
identifying
this
with everyone else.
okay.
Because we're not going to say like
This is a bit more
theoretical
deeper.
person Jeff who has a great personality who loves cars. We're not going to we never get specific like that. It's just we think about the normal people who lack identity. It's as simple as that. Continue.
So this is a bit slightly more deeper than like just we're saying. So this is how I will explain. Like if somebody is like from India or like some ethnic minority is watching this thing, this is they have to think in this way. So see it as what is the best example I can give here? Imagine like you are like, for example, Indians are living in Australia, Indians are living or like in Westbound Indians are living in Australia, or Westbound Indian are living in New York, London, everywhere, like, or ethnic minority. It can be Asian or it can be any other race. So they are like they by Western standard they are seen as negative stereotype. They are okay, this is like, you know, race hierarchy, this is we are, and this is we have to follow because this is set by the Western standard. I understand this is what I used to follow this thing, but this is not true. Like in if you want to have the solid inner game and technical game, so this is how you have to think in this way. So see yourself as your race as the top race, brown race or
You're breaking up a
Asian
lot there.
race, whatever you race you have to see hierarchy as the top race. So then I'm contradicting myself because things are not, the girl don't know that you are the top race or something like that. So in that way, the answer to there is a problem and we have to find a solution. So best example, like when this when the Britishers came to India, they have the mindset that they are superior, they are the superior, but they are not, they are very less in numbers. They came from and they slowly start to capture the India. And at one time they complete in 200 years, like they completely like colonize the whole India. So the mindset should be in such a way that you see yourself, you have to have the right tactic. That is the best mindset, so that you are thinking in your mind you're superior, but at the same time you have the right technical game to get the things done. Because just because you have the mindset, if I'm all the time, if I'm teaching this all the time, I don't teach student that you are Indian or this and this. I have to tell them you no, you are this, you have to do this thing. But at the same time, I'm saying that you are the best, but at the same time we need the right tool, because the girls don't know we are still in some other place. Maybe if you are in Delhi or in India, oh, we are on the bottom barrel, then like of course that's going to be tough. So you have to change this thing.
Yeah.
Make
Okay. So
sense? The
no, it
mindset,
doesn't.
but have the right technical skills.
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
make sense.
because
I think when it
you
comes
don't,
to,
you have never faced resistance. You have never seen, you have never come in the shoes of a ethnic minority. You are just scamming them, dude.
I'm just scamming them. Okay.
It's in your
Yes, I'm
hand.
the scammer. Okay. So, yeah, this is really bad in a game advice, I would say. Like when it comes to,
This is the right game advice, bro. This is
okay,
the
good
right
on you,
game
bro.
advice.
All right, bro. Can we just listen to what I have to say,
because you
Deepak?
cannot defend it. You cannot just something is why it is bad. Tell me why it is bad.
Deepak,
Why
you
it is
talk
bad.
so much,
Okay.
bro.
Okay,
Do you do
let's
this
just
in
have
interactions?
Marcus fix your webcam issues, and we'll just listen to Marcus for.
Okay. So when it comes to in a game advice, as I mentioned before, you don't want to feel like you have to lie yourself, and you don't want to be super egocentric. So sometimes what happens is when you feel less than or disadvantaged or vulnerable, there's a part of you that creeps up and it tries to protect you. And it becomes very strong. This is in narcissists. Like narcissists are probably the most vulnerable, weak people, right? And they try to prove it constantly. So if you're an Indian guy out there and you're listening to this and you feel a little bit disadvantaged or vulnerable, or you feel like your race is stereotyped or women aren't as attractive to you, something you might want to do is fight against that and say, you know what? I have the best fucking race in the world. I'm the most attractive guy in the world. I'm the best in the world. I can get any woman I want. But the reality of that is it's just a coping mechanism, and women see through that. They start to call you maybe a little bit arrogant, or you get very offended and triggered at things like very, very quickly. And as I said, there's another part of you that
to understand what I'm saying.
let me finish talking, bro.
My
and then
goodness, man.
and then there's another part of you that, again, is just not going to believe it. Also, when you come into interactions, if you're just telling yourself everything's like, I'm the greatest, I'm the blah, now you don't know that you actually need to build attraction. When girls aren't giving you compliance, you're going to tell them like, no, you do enjoy talking to me. This is better than the sun or whatever it is. And that in itself is going to be unattractive to women. So what you need to do is be more realistic here. So you can understand like, I'm not my race. That's not who I am. Right? Like you as an identity, you don't need to be that.
I've covered this thing already. What is the, what is
Can we just mute him, Ice? Like it's getting frustrating that he talks for 10 minutes and then I go to
let
talk.
Marcus say his thing for the next 2 minutes, okay? That's how we're going to do it.
So you shouldn't identify with being short. You shouldn't identify with your race. I'm balding. I don't identify it. Like I have different insecurities when I was growing up too. I don't identify with it. That doesn't make me who I am. So when I'm talking to a girl, you don't have to hide that you're Indian or be scared of it, but you have to be realistic here. Indian isn't a very good stereotype for a reason in the West, okay? Indian guys, women's experience, if you listen to them, they'll say that these guys are very persistent, that they tend to be actually sexual without the authority, right? Which is another problem. And they build up a negative stereotype around it. And so when you go up as an Indian, you might get put in that bucket. It sucks. I wish it didn't happen, right? It shouldn't happen, but it does. And so the way to cope with this is not saying, I'm just the greatest race in the world and lie to yourself and try to be egocentric around it. It's just saying like, I'm going to show them that I'm not super needy and super persistent and that I'm not just some Bob Vagine type of guy, right? I'm going to show them all my positive traits. And you'll find that suddenly race isn't a fucking problem and you don't need to identify it so strongly. But that is much better game advice than just trying to lie to yourself and be egocentric around it.
So, okay. So you are saying lie to yourself. So you're in, it is working?
You're working, bro.
Yeah. So lie to yourself. Lie to yourself. You're saying like lie to yourself if I'm saying this thing. Your ancestor came maybe in India or something. Did they lie to themselves? They think that they were superior. They thought they're superior. West think they are superior. I can say like, you know, they are also lying to themselves. It is just something what we have to believe that so that we move things forward. And then I said, of course, if you are thinking, if I'm the superior, then everybody bow to me. Everybody, the girl will just want to fuck me. This is not how it works. So we have to be realistic. That's why I give the metaphor of this, like when the Britishers came in the 200-300 years ago, they were thinking themselves they were superior. They were lying to themselves. I don't know. We say like they can also lie to themselves, but they were strategic. They learned the technical game, how to capture India slowly, have the best tactical strategy. And in 200 years, they captured the whole India, colonized it. So that is something I'm saying. Even if you are in the West, you have to see yourself. You are superior, you are the best, but having the best tactical strategy to win the game, to get the girl, and the best tactical strategy only Deepak can teach. Simple as that. So I'm not saying that you are not following the tactics. I'm saying you have the best tactical strategy, but the mindset should be there also. If you are having this mindset, all the defeating mindset, like this, listen, I went first time, people challenged me, oh, this German system will not work. I went only first time in New York, and I like I saw RSD Todd and all these guys were like Washington Park, like jumping around like a headless chicken. My guys got laid in Vegas, in Stockholm. I got them results because I am not thinking in a way, oh, I'm Indian guy balding, I cannot have a speak English accent. No, like that's the mindset they need to have, that you set your SMB standard by yourself, not by a West. And
The
then learn
SMV
the best
standard
technical
is set by
skills
the
also.
women you're talking to. This is what I'm talking about. You're talking about intrinsically like what race is more
No,
superior, which is
no,
like fucking
it
weird
is
to me.
setting by
I'm
us.
talking about
It is
all I'm
setting
talking when
by
I'm talking
us.
about race.
No,
I'm
it
talking
is
about
setting by us.
attraction. That's all I'm talking about. You're talking about like invading countries and what race is superior or something like that's
Yeah, because you don't understand geopolitics. You don't
all-
understand anything. You don't even understand
all-
game. That's the
we're
main
talking
problem.
about women, Deepak. We're talking about
Yeah,
women.
everything is connected together. Everything is connected.
Okay, everything's gonna. So when
Yeah.
I'm talking about race and I'm picking an Indian guy, I'm not saying it because Indian or
You cannot teach it
inferior
because
race that we should
when you have
genocide
never
and
faced the
invade.
resistance, how you will-
All I'm talking about is women dating and attraction.
when you
That's
have
it.
dude, when you have never faced the resistance, how you can teach a minority?
Deepak.
You have never faced the resistance what he is facing.
Deepak, do you
How
think
you can,
the
you
only
can, you
do you think
cannot
the
teach-
only
you
way
can-
a
you cannot
man
teach
faces
anything.
resistance from a girl is because of their race?
The,
Do you think? No.
the objection a minority is facing, if you have never faced, when you simple as that,
No one heard what you said. Say it again.
you're not qualified.
Your internet's breaking up.
When you're not facing the resistance ethnic minority is facing, when you're not facing the resistance what ethnic minority is facing, then you are not able to.
So do you feel like you can't? So do you feel like you can only coach? Do you feel like you can
It's coming or
only
not
coach
coming?
Indian men? Is that the only people you're qualified to coach? If there was a black guy,
I'm
African
the
American,
best
that came
coach for
to you,
all
do you think?
races. I'm saying here.
Okay,
I
so
am the
it works
best
one way, but not the other way. So
coach
I
for
can't
all
coach
races in
Indians
any
because I'm not
country.
Indian.
Yes.
But you can coach every single race because again, you
Of course you
deluded
can.
yourself.
Yes,
You're the
because
greatest coach
I
in the
have
world,
learned the game
most
on the
lays,
toughest
best
difficulty
students
level.
ever, unless they got
I
hard
have
shoes.
learned the game on the
You're the
toughest
greatest.
difficulty level, and I have proved it.
Okay.
I have
All right.
learned the game at toughest difficulty level, and a white guy will be facing less difficulty. Of course, I am authorized to teach him also, and you cannot because
So
you are
do you
facing
think?
less
So do you think?
resistance.
Do you think? Do you think
Only builds
Indians?
skills, and
Do you
only
think-
skills can be transferred
Deepak,
to the
do you think Indians are better than Australians?
Not your accent, not your looks, not your race.
Do you think Indians are better than Australians as a race? Even though
What do you
I
mean?
use race. Do
Indians
you
is
think
better than Australians. What do you mean?
Yeah, do you think they're better?
So when it comes to like, it's like what mindset? If an Indian guy is coming and then he thinks like Australians are better than me, of course. Then
No. Do you think I'm asking you specifically, Deepak? Do you think Indians are better than Australians? Do you think they're more superior?
Of course, Indians are the best. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I have to stick to my race, man. Indians are the best.
In what ways are they
the
more
best race.
superior than Australians?
That we have the culture from, we have the civilization from 3,000 years, and before the Britishers came, we had 23%.
Okay. And when it comes to attraction, do you think
superior? Of course.
when it comes to attraction, do you think Indians are more superior than Australians? It broke up. Do you think Indians are more?
But they have to learn the tech.
Yes. Okay. So actually, do you know what? Do you know what? I face so much more hardship.
They have to learn the technical game.
I face so much hardship speaking to women because I'm the inferior race here. You're Indian, so like it's easy for you with these women. You're superior race. Like for me, it's hard. I actually have to use game to get these goals. You realize that, right?
You're not getting it. You're not getting it. The
what
mindset.
Do you mean?
If a guy in Australia is thinking, oh, I'm Indian guy, or like everything is like, it is not going to work for him. He has to think in this way. He has to at least see himself like in the mindset.
So hang on. Do you think this is true, or do you think it's a thing you're telling yourself?
This is better than me.
Do you think this is true, or do you think it's just something you're telling yourself?
This is true.
So you think Indians are
Yeah, this
more
is true.
attractive as a
Yeah.
race than Australians. So it's
Yes.
more difficult for me to
Yes.
get women than it is for you.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So
For
it
the
completely
mindset, I have to
contradicts everything
believe
you
in this
said this
way.
whole debate.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually,
No, because we are
actually,
right now
I
in
require
the
more
West,
skill.
because you are getting more familiarity. Because you are getting more familiarity. That's
Okay,
why.
so if we
But
spoke to an
to
Indian
teach,
girl,
like we are going to the different place.
if we spoke to an Indian girl
we are
that
going to
spoke
the Western
English,
place.
if we
We are
spoke to
going to the Western place. It's the mindset.
Deepak,
It
if
is
we
the
spoke to an Indian
mindset
girl
we
that
have
spoke English,
to follow. If I
you would
say all
have
the
more
time like
attraction on
white
me?
guy is better than me, it is not going to help me, dude. That like, listen, you are just getting student because this colonial mindset of Indians, they think that you.
Okay, just to be clear, you've completely contradicted yourself this
Anyway,
whole
so
debate.
what I'm
You've
saying
started by saying that you have real
they have
game
to-
because you
yeah.
face a lot.
This is
You're lagging so much, bro.
why this debate even happened. This debate even happened. Like, I'm telling you, what there was
Or you,
like
you
this,
get so much
like there was a
delay
one guy.
on your
Listen,
Wi-Fi.
there was a one.
Deepak, do you have like mobile data you can use or something?
That in the UMP guys.
Yeah, I'll type it in Zoom.
I am in the UMP group, and then they are having like more than 50% are like.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you
Fuck, some
disappear.
silence.
Okay.
Oh, that was nice. Damn. Just to be clear, he's contradicting himself. So he started by saying Australians are superior, okay, or white people are superior in terms of attractiveness. And now he's turning around saying that I actually require way more skill to get goals because I'm not Indian, right? It's tougher for me. Really, what's going on here is he's doing what he did at the start, which is lying to himself. He tells himself he's the greatest. He tells himself Indians are the best. It's a mindset strategy that isn't very helpful, but we can see it clear as day is what's going on.
Okay, so what happened was like this guy came to me and then he said that oh, these guys are having much better like marketing skills because they have like 60 70 60% 50 60% like brown ethnic in their group and something like that. Deepak, you are doing something wrong. You are doing something wrong. And I said to him that this is like this. The problem is that the Indian race is the problem is that they think that like white is the best. This is their master, and to prove this thing wrong,
we get Indians in our group and we tell them white is the best.
So,
Everyone bow down to the whites.
So
maybe they're in our group because they find it effective. Maybe we have a lot of Indians because they get a lot of results. Maybe that's why.
Education system is completely colonized. Indians still never came out of it. So this is, of course, it's my duty to get them out of this thing. So to prove this thing wrong, I made a Hindi channel, Real Coach Deepak. You can check it. Hindi channel, Real Coach Deepak. On Instagram, I made it in 6 months. I get 60K subscribers. I said to him that, listen, if I'm not facing racism, if my marketing is wrong, then I would have failed here. I would have failed if my marketing is wrong. This is completely organic. I made it. So what I'm saying is that it is not my marketing. And when I'm dealing the resistance, I have to be
just to be clear,
good in my skills.
Just to be clear, you have more marketing than us. You have more YouTube videos than us. You have more subscribers than us. You've spent more on advertising than us, and I still have more Indians in my group.
When I'm dealing resistance in selling as a dating coach, I hope that I can. I'm doing.
He just keeps cutting out.
Yeah, he keeps cutting out.
Deepak, could you fix your Wi-Fi for like? Could you fix your Wi-Fi for like 10 minutes and then join back, and then I'll just ask Markus.
So it is problem on my side. It is problem on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your Wi-Fi is really bad. Like we can't hear you half the time, and we can't see you like 10% of the time.
And you can't just tell yourself you have really good Wi-Fi. That won't work. I'm sorry. I love you, Deepak. I couldn't help it.
Let's see if it is working now.
Yeah, do you want to say something?
Better now?
Yeah, for now. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, lost you.
Is he moving? I don't know.
Nah, I lost him.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty unsustainable. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna have
Even
to.
now?
No, this is too jumpy. It's up and down. Can you just like leave for 10 minutes and just figure this out because it's not going to be good for the video. Just reset your Wi-Fi and then come back in a few minutes.
Reset it. So I exit. You mean I should
Yeah.
exit or
Yeah,
how
just
it
reset
Jump
your
works?
out,
Wi-Fi, jump back
reset
in.
your Wi-Fi, and then once your Wi-Fi is literally just turn it off for like 1 minute, turn it on again, come back, because this is like we can't hear what you're saying or see you.
Wait a minute.
So I'm just gonna mute you and I need you to do that because
Yeah.
we seriously just can't keep this going if you're being so laggy all the time. So I'm just gonna mute you, let you leave, and then I'm just gonna ask Marcus something to keep it going until your return. I was wondering, Marcus, what your feelings are about IOIs and compliance. So where I'm getting at is Michael Sartain explained a while back that compliance is what makes her come to your place compared to attention. Like she sends you nudes on your through her phone. That's attention, not compliance. And it's really compliance you should be looking for in terms of interest rather than IOIs, for example. Do you have a version of that or you agree with it or something?
Yeah, I think everything is compliance. So that's how I view like interactions. Everything you do is a compliance test. So a lot of guys think that a compliance test is like, oh, I'll try, funnily enough, like touch the girl, but like I'll try take it to the bar or I'll try like take it home or I'll ask her to like come sit over here with me. These are very big compliance tests. There are small ones which are literally just stepping a little bit closer or asking her a question, right? Literally, what do you do for
It is better
work?
now?
That's, yeah, give us 2 secs though. And that is going to test compliance. Is she going to answer that with enthusiasm? Is it going to be a one-word answer? So everything is compliance. Now, you can sometimes get fake compliance, which it sounds like Michael's talking about a little bit. So what fake compliance is you might have a student in set that's going for like an hour and it seems to be going really well. They're chatting, they're getting to know each other, she's laughing. And then after an hour, he's like, well, yeah, let's go back to my place or some shit. And the girl's like, oh, I'm married. And I was like, fuck, you would have figured that out if you like asked for sexual compliance, for example. So sometimes you get this fake compliance where the girl is just like happy talking to you. She might be giving you like indicators of interest, like smiling, all this shit, but she's just being friendly. She's just having a chat at the fucking bar and that's it. The same way you could find extreme examples where there's attention seeking girls at the club. They're going around and making out with like 10 different dudes. They come up to you and you're like, hey, and she's like, oh my God, hey, how are you? Again, fake compliance. She's looking for validation. She's looking for attention. It feels like an IOI. It feels like compliance, but with the right context, it actually isn't. And the same way, like girls can send you nudes, right? It feels like compliance, but it actually isn't. They're just like looking for attention or looking for money, or they're a bot, or they're a bold, short Indian dude online pretending to be a girl. So, yeah, I agree with what he says. I differentiate attention and compliance because sometimes girls can be looking for attention in a very compliant way. Like if you have a girl who's attracted to you and then you turn to a friend and push her away a little bit, she's going to look for attention and do things for attention. Same online, she might send you nudes. That could be compliance, again, under the right circumstances. So that's how I'd view it.
Nice. Deepak, you good now?
Yeah. If there will be issue, then maybe I have to stop my video
Seems
thing.
much better. Seems much better.
If something issue, then I will stop my video or something like that, so that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so what we were discussing, what we were discussing about the mindset. So what I'm saying is that anytime an ethnic is thinking that he is on the bottom barrel, is this Indian and all, in the mindset it is not going to help him. So he has to think in a way that is helping him. At the same time, he has to have that kind of very good technical game so that he is also realistic. So I am teaching guy to be, of course, deluded as well as realistic. So you have to have the both things. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like like I don't want to offend like Lucario. I'm not saying like just completely you are the boss and everything and all and this and that. I'm not saying that thing. I respect him though, but what I'm saying is that you have to think definitely like the way he is thinking. There's nothing wrong, but have that technical game also. And when it comes to technical game that we were discussing about, like amplifying attraction and all the stuff. So that's what I'm saying. um, the issue with this sexualization is that sexualization can happen only it can happen when the girls find the guy attractive. And okay, the guy will come like oh, the sexualization is not happening, go to the attraction. What is attraction? Do the DHV and all. It's not going to work. So if you amplify the attraction, then you can, then when the girl is into you, you don't really need that kind of like sexual routine and all the stuff. Something like this is what I'm saying. And this is much more efficient way to learn game, instead of wasting time and learning these things and all. Having that kind of, when you want to build the muscles, have that whey protein in your diet rather than some small vitamin pills. So that's my game is like a whey protein. That's what I'm saying. Instead of like, these small vitamin B, vitamin C, and all these pills, maybe when you're already having muscles, you can here and there, you can do it. But that's what I'm saying is like technical game is understanding the girl, read her emotion, and according to that, you play the game. And you have the both side, romantical side as well as sexual side. You can blend them also. When the girl is like slightly more romantical, you can go that direction. But again, sex should happen. Before any relation, sex should happen. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I got a super chat for you, Deepak, from Matt. It says, Ice, please ask Deepak to say why you redeem, do not redeem. I'm not sure what it means. Do you know what it means? What it refers to?
What is redeem? What is redeem? I don't know.
Why you redeem, do not redeem. I don't know. Seems pretty random.
Redeem, do not redeem? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on then. Do we have any other ammunition to go through? Or have we taken this
That's what
to
I
its
want to
end?
say. I mean, sorry if I became a bit kind of, it's just sometimes you get
I will
excited.
say you look better without the hat. Your setup is better. You're back in Berlin. Your Wi-Fi isn't necessarily better, but I think you're better without the hat.
Thanks for the compliment.
I'm serious. All
Thanks for
right.
the
Anything else we
compliment,
got to
man. So
discuss?
yeah, I mean, like yes, like if anything, I apologize. If anything, I became a bit kind of, but I still appreciate Marcus came to debate, and I'm thankful for him also. So no hard feeling, man. So everything is cool. Maybe if we meet in Warsaw, I will say hi to you, invite you for a coffee.
Oh, wait.
Non-romantic coffee. For a
Do you
non-romantic coffee.
are you aware of the situation going on in Warsaw right now in Poland? The fucking
Yeah,
Reddit stuff.
yeah, but actually, it was interesting when I was there. I tell to my friend like, dude, there is no one here. Now it is quite worse, but I finished my
Quite.
boot camp seasons by the start of August. So like by my last boot camp in Warsaw was in Warsaw by 11th 12th of August, and by that time I didn't saw too much people, and after that it happened, I guess, like so I was like
Why do you
45
think
days
so
in Stock.
many both of you guys have been to Poland, right? Why do you think it's so popular there for like
It's the best
Casper
place right
Bros,
now to get
PUAs?
to. I mean, it's getting saturated with the guys. So there was a situation happen in Belgrade in 2014 when a lot of London day gamer. Actually, I would love to debate with London day game guys if you can bring them to the
I wouldn't even know
channel.
who they are though.
They're like a lot of guys. I mean, Tusk and all these guys. You can bring them like LDM guys, London guys. Um, I would also love to like not debate. I will talk. I want to talk if it is possible, like with Ross Jeffries and mystery. Mystery I want to debate with on the attraction. If
Send me messages after, but
anyway,
let's stick to Poland.
So what happened? So it happened in Belgrade at that time, 2014, and it was burned out. And then I went later. It was fine. Nobody goes there. So it is a good place. So Warsaw is that right now that there was a time in Prague actually it was burned out completely, but Prague is most probably is fine now. So right now it like Warsaw is like in the because of this lot of this immigration from the Ukraine, a lot of guys goes there and that's why it is burned out. Prague, oh sorry, Warsaw. That can be the reason. But everybody has a right to get the pussy, man. So what we can do? What we can do.
Do you want to do closing statements, Ice?
Yeah, go for it. Who wants to go first? Maybe
go for it, Deepak.
Marcus.
Should I go?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
So yeah, I mean, closing statement. How to close? How to close? You have to close in the bedroom. Anyway, so closing statement. So yeah, I will say like the good game is about how many girls you get. It is more about resistance you are getting and how you are overcoming the resistance. Sometimes the pickup looks very like not very smooth, but it doesn't mean that the guy is having bad game. It is the girl is giving resistance. And when you are able to overcome the resistance with various different ways, then it is a good game. The other thing I want to say is that when it comes to like moving the interaction in the right direction, in a way that like you have to do the attraction part, but instead of doing any other thing, you just focus on amplifying attraction. Even the comfort phase is also a part of amplifying attraction. So you amplify the attraction, and the romantic part, what I explained, that is also a part of amplifying attraction. So if you amplify the attraction, then 90% of the game is done. The girl is into you. She will like sleep with you, something like that. And that's something I have mastered. I have teach my students. I have the bootcamp documentaries on my channel. I have the product dating Infields Domination. And they're like insane amount of content, which is I'm not able to even like edit them. And that is all available. My proof, my success, my student success, everything is available on the internet in dating Infield Domination. And thanks for Ice White as well as Markus. And don't get me wrong, especially Markus, if I became like apologize for that also. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I think through the debate, we started off with the idea of attraction, and Deepak was saying that I have a baseline level of attraction because I'm white was the main reason. I'm sure because I'm good looking too. And that for that reason, you're not actually able to see what works or what doesn't work. Yet later on in the debate, he said, actually, Indian is the preferred race and is more attractive, and that it's actually harder for me. So I think there's some contradiction there.
There's no contradiction, sorry.
Okay. I do believe that if you're just incredibly good looking, it does make it hard to understand what works and what doesn't. I don't think I'm incredibly good looking. I think that I actually was not very attractive at all when I first started game. And also you can compensate for this by going for hotter and more attractive women. And I 100% believe that I'm doing that. So I don't know how Deepak thinks that I just go into interactions and I get laid really easy from every single girl without doing much. It requires a lot of effort and a lot of attraction. And I explained in detail how you actually get that attraction, from creating an emotional roller coaster, from expressiveness, from using sexual authority, which is a very unique thing that we teach. When I asked Deepak this, I basically got circular reasoning. He said, you have to flirt good. And then he gave examples of what I thought were cringe lines, or like the girl saying, don't touch me. We spoke a little bit about the idea of touching and not touching. I think I gave clear reasons as to why you can build better sexual tension and value from actually just speaking to the girl. Then we got into inner game things. I think just deluding yourself and saying you're the best in the fucking world and telling your students that India is the best race, like, is actually very egocentric. I think it actually in the long term does harm for your inner game. I don't think you need to lie to students or lie to yourself. Sure, you need to build confidence, but that confidence needs to be built on reality. You need to understand that even though I'm short and a lot of women won't like that, hey, you know what? There's all these other awesome, amazing things about me that I'm going to focus on and that I'm going to identify by. I don't need to be defined by shortness. I don't need to be defined by Indian or any other race, right? So I think it's about in a game thing. Then we spoke about sexual versus romantic. I don't think you should be going on 10 dates with a girl without getting laid. That's crazy. I don't think you should be setting up romantic frames. I don't even know what Deepak considers romantic still to this point, but I explained sexual versus romantic, and I think sexual is always going to be superior there. There was some comments about my students. I'm happy for you to bring on any student that's ever been on UMP and we can interview him, because the one you're speaking of got laid as a virgin at 30 years old on our program, raves about our program, still messages me to this day. And I would guarantee 100% he's going to say my coaching was way better than yours. So if you want to bring him on, we can do that. There was some other vague
the bootcamp documentary, actually.
Okay, awesome. And then, yeah, you keep bringing back, like, you have proof, you have proof, you have proof. When I say to bring the proof, you're like, it's in my product, or you need to get coaching. You can send me after this
everything is
any video you like. I'm going to break it down this week. Pick your best one. I'm not going to choose. You send me whatever one you want, and I'll do a breakdown of that. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so the thing is, look like you're a bit butthurt.
Thanks.
So I understand
Does this
that
continue?
you got a bit butthurt. So the one thing is, I'm saying, when I say about, you say good looks, the privilege is never been seen by the person who is getting privilege. So you can say whatever you want, you're not good looking. When somebody is having the privilege, it is always unnoticed. Simple as that. So other thing, when I say about deluded and this thing, I said, you have to see, it is not making any sense if I tell ethnics that you see yourself as the Western SMV standard and see on yourself as the bottom barrel. It is not going to help them in any way. I'm saying you have to see yourself the best, but have the right technical game to back it up. That's what I'm saying. It is not pick just one part. I'm just saying.
I disagree with that. I was saying that you shouldn't delude yourself and tell yourself that you're the best when you're not. You can feel worthy and deserving, and you can feel like you can build attraction with a lot of people and a lot of women. You don't have to lie to yourself and say being short is attractive. You don't have to lie to yourself and being. You can say I can still fuck a lot of girls being short. You can still say I have a lot of amazing other things for being short. You don't have to lie to yourself and say I am the greatest in the world at everything I can treat. It's so egocentric.
That's why you have to see in that way. I explained it already. Like when they came at that time, they were low in numbers, but they have the best tactical strategy when they came to India, but they were low in
and you can't even define technical strategy. You just said float.
And then they got it done. That's something I'm saying. If we are thinking all the time, this is from the Western SMB standard, we are this, we are that, it is not going to help us in any way. So that's why I'm
not saying being a victim. I'm not saying walk around being like, I suck because I'm Indian. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like victim, I'm not saying.
But you don't need to tell yourself, I'm the greatest and superior race.
Tactical
strategy. You don't need to do that.
To win the battle.
Especially if you don't believe it. You don't even believe Indians are the most attractive race. You don't even believe it.
That's why you get the success. That's how it works, man. Like if you have never faced as a good-looking guy, you never face resistance.
Hang on. Wait. You've never faced resistance. You've never faced resistance. You're the superior race, bro. You go out there, women are like, damn, this guy's Indian. Fuck. You have a huge baseline level of attraction.
You already fail in the argument because you cannot even understand what I'm saying. That shows
bro, no one understands what you're saying. I'm so sorry, but I have asked twice in this debate. I've asked the chat. No one understands what you're saying, my man.
Neither you defend yourself. You can't able to like explain anything. I explain you when you're already having a GPS in your hand, attraction in your hand, you can do all the
You're the one with the
strategies of
GPS.
world,
You're Indian,
and then
bro.
you say
You're
that,
the
oh,
attractive
I have this
race.
best strategy to
You're the attractive
I
race.
teach you
You
guys
just
how to
walk up
get
to
laid.
girls
Of
and tell
course
them
you
you're
already having
Indian, and then
attraction.
you get all these fucking
But you
girls,
have
bro. I struggle
when
as
you
the
are getting the
Australian white
result, when you're
guy.
getting the result
Bro,
without
I have to go up and be
GPS,
like,
without
fuck, I'm
attraction,
Australian. No.
that's where the things have.
Damn.
That's why.
It's tough being
Yeah,
Australian, bro. You wouldn't understand as an Indian guy getting all these girls.
yeah.
Bro, it's tough for me.
Of course. Our time is coming. Yeah.
Time is coming.
Guys
Deepak, I love you,
finished?
bro. It's been fun. Yeah, feel free to send me that. Otherwise, I'll pick something up. But easy, bro.
We have
Bullshit.
to set another debate about the inner game thing if he has some issues, and
I
I
don't
can
know if I can
defend
handle
this
it, to be
thing
honest.
also. Yeah. You cannot handle the real thing.
I
You
can't
cannot
handle the
handle, of
Deepak,
course.
you know. It's too much for
You
me.
have to
All
deal
right,
with some resistance, get
let's
some
have a few weeks
resistance
break,
with the
and
girls,
then
and then
I'll
you build
build up
some
the
skills,
strength to come
and
back.
then you can teach the guys, that
All right.
bullshit, this thing,
All right,
sexualizing and all
Deepak,
this.
I love you, bro. Anyone in the
Yes.
chat that wants to join the Zoom call, if there's anyone else that just wants to have a friendly chat or debate, I'll put the Zoom link there if you guys want to come along. All righty.
So
thanks,
how many
Rice. I
questions?
appreciate
Okay.
you as
All right.
always.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
It's been a real shit show.
I got a bit
Glad you
butthurt,
guys
man. So I
handled
have to
it
be.
like good citizens. Very, very respectful. Just being very organized. God damn.
I mean, this
Stuff
I
going
find
on
it
in the
better than the
chat.
last one because last time I mean, if the skirting Casanova has some issues, then I think we should have some debate if he's agree to it. Because he was, I don't know, he was interrupting me last time again and again, and I was not able to have the right flow. So,
That must really suck for you, man, getting interrupted.
Well,
so
in fairness, the bad Wi-Fi did interrupt him.
That's
but
So,
though that debate also got good views. So yeah,
Can I ask you a question, Deepak? Do you have the best Wi-Fi in the world, bro?
I have the best one. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
But sometimes it do not work.
It's got the greatest Wi-Fi. All right.
I
Thank
changed
you,
the
boys.
cable
McDonald's
internet,
Wi-Fi.
so now it is
Thanks.
working or not working? It is working now.
Nah, it's
Well,
the
it's
best,
better
bro. It's the
now.
best I've ever seen.
Hmm?
Yeah. Some Indian level Wi-Fi, bro. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Perhaps a bit of resistance in there.
Oh, is my link not showing?
What
Can
link?
I'm just
No, I
putting a
think,
Zoom link, but
Yeah, I think YouTube would just block you unless you're
okay.
moderator or something. I don't know. I didn't. I'm guessing. I never seen that before because I
Yeah,
don't see
probably.
people put links in there.
That's annoying. Can you post it up, do you reckon?
Were you intending to put the link for people to join this right now?
No, just my Zoom link. I was just gonna chat to everyone after this.
Oh, okay. I'll put that in there. There. It's there. You guys can see it.
Cool, perfect. Thanks, bro.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Okay,
Deepak, I'll just do my own thing now and explain what's
Okay,
coming next.
then-
But thanks for dropping
Okay,
in.
then yeah. Okay, then take care. I'm going. Take care. Thanks for inviting me, and maybe next time we see.
Yeah.
Next time. All right.
Thanks.
Catch you, bro. All right, you want me to bounce to you?
Yeah, I'll just
cool. Easy.
say what's
Thanks.
coming up
All right.
next for you.
See
for
ya.
us, you
Bye.
guys.
Thanks.
Thanks. Alrighty. Now it's just down to me. Just gonna keep this quick. Sunday we might be having a dating coach panel. I got Alexander Lazarev, who you might remember as Sasha Day Game. He doesn't do that kind of thing anymore, but we'll see who else is going to come on to that one. Next week we had to keep rescheduling this one, but we're hoping to put together the social circle game panel with Michael Sartain, Justin Mark, and Sam Epson and various others. Dream fucking team for social circle game. I'm trying to do more like solo lives and shit like that because YouTube keeps putting me in meetings about live streams and shit. But I'll probably, here's some ideas. Let me know in the fucking comments how you feel about these. Just a bunch of ideas I'm gonna throw at you guys while I check the chat. Yeah, I didn't have time to bring the fucking popcorn. I was like, this is too much of a shit show to quickly microwave some popcorn. I was like, man, this one's pretty fucking stressful. A fucking shit show this one was. Yeah, but some live stream ideas. Let me know what you guys think of these. Reddit Rampage, where I basically just go on Reddit to these annoying subreddits and just read the annoying shit there. I'm not selling it very well, but essentially there's like r/sex workers and there's like some wild fucking posting in there. And it also means in the long run, you guys can submit your own things on our subreddit, and then we could just look at those. I could react to people's message game interactions on Reddit and shit like that, and just fucking roast all the. Reddit is literally a fucking cesspit. It's the blind leading the blind. So it's a great way of just jumping in there and saying, this is shit advice. Here's a better way to do things. This is shit advice. Here's the real solution, shit like that. So that's why I mention it. Probably I'm thinking of doing weekly coaching live streams where essentially I kind of tried this last week, I think, where essentially I just live stream for like I think I went for like 3 fucking hours last time or 4 hours. Just answering the fucking questions in the chat. I spent like 3 or 4 hours just coming up, just trying to keep up with the fucking chat because there were so many questions. Lots of good fucking questions too. There was a guy in there who was trying to challenge me, and then you could see how I turned that around. I was like, this guy's coming from a place of hurt. He actually needs some help. And then I actually helped him. Okay, why aren't you getting laid? And stuff like that. So it started with him attacking me and then just me helping him. So guys who know me well, like I literally don't get offended by a damn thing. I'm just here to fucking help you. So, um, it's reframe skill issue, you can say. Um, the next one, another idea is trending. I'm not really into this shit. Trending news or social media reactions, but technically I did that on Monday. I think Monday or Tuesday, where there's a fucking Poland thing going on, and there's this top fucking post on Reddit about uh this woman getting approached by 11 day gamers in a single day as she was going to work on her way back from work, 11 in a single day. And then everyone just fucking upvoted that shit. And then I realized, why don't I fucking comment on it? So in a genius fucking move. Uh which some people would never consider doing this because it takes fucking balls. But I realized, wait a minute, we just voted this year for the top cities to meet women. I think Wausau was on there in the top 5. So I went on our website onto the article where all you guys fucking voted for the top 20 cities on Earth to meet women. Wausau was number 1. So I was like, fuck, I'm fucking posting this shit. So I posted the link and said, by the way, it just so happens that your city, Wausau, is the number 1 city in the world for meeting women, according to pickup artists. And then my thing got fucking downvoted by like 20 fucking points and shit like that. But then the website got thousands and thousands and thousands of views and 200 fucking people, more than 200. We got more than 200 fucking people join Game Wausau on Telegram and like 100 on Facebook within a few hours because it got so fucking crazy. It was in the news in Poland. I was like spending the whole fucking day just like making sure that everyone wasn't fucking arguing with each other in the fucking groups in Poland. They were just like, I was like, fuck. It was so fucking trending that Telegram activated the anti-raid system on the group and stopped hundreds of people coming in while I was sleeping because I'm in the Western Hemisphere, not Europe. It's different time zones. So like 2 in the morning until 5 in the morning, when I woke up. 3 hours worth of people were just like getting banned or something because um the sheer crazy amount of people joining the Telegram group. So that was a fucking adventure. But yeah, technically that counts as like a trending thing. But like yeah, I don't know. I live under a fucking rock, so I don't know what the fuck is going on out there. I'm gonna have to rely on you guys telling me. And then another idea is this one's a bit how do you say this one's a bit controversial. Some of you are gonna fucking love it though. Reacting to comments of the John Anthony lifestyle debate on like Playing with Fire's channel because you could see every fucking comment is just hating on him and it's hilarious. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, basically. So those are the ideas. Just let me know in the fucking chat what you think makes sense. Let me catch up here. Um, Relationship sub has good stuff too. No, there's just shit stuff everywhere. It's just like so much good shit content. It's hilarious. I only go on Reddit to really just like take people away from there into our videos, basically. Or like I tell them like you can find wingman here. That's basically what I use it for. So I use it 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday essentially. And there's just so much shit information on there. It's laughable and it hurts my fucking eyes and my brain to even fucking read that shit sometimes. But I might as well entertain you guys and just why not torture myself in front of an audience instead of suffer in silence. So that's kind of where my thinking is at right now. Reddit sucks, basically. So yeah, it's kind of an opportunity to point people in the right direction. If you really think about it. Yes, Reddit does suck. It's literally I got fucking downvoted so much in these Polish subreddits because I was like, not all of these guys are pickup artists. I was saying some good stuff, like genuinely good stuff. Like if you want to report the pickup artist, go to this link. And they were fucking downvoting me by like 25 fucking votes. I was like, are you retarded? I'm literally trying to help you. I was doing more to help women being potentially harassed than anyone on the fucking subreddit because I was literally providing resources, how to know if you're being filmed for infield footage. I was telling them what to look out for. If they're filming infield, um, look out for the microphone because their infield is useless without audio, and that audio is going to come from their chest area. And there's going to be someone standing kind of nearby, almost conspicuously. That person won't really be moving much because that would make the footage shaky. That can be fixed. But you know, they're not going to be sharking you in circles. That's going to be weird footage. But you know, I got the information in there. There's more to it, but I was being fucking practical, and they were like, "You're guilty by association." So I was getting death threats. They were murdering. They were threatening to chop me up with machetes just because I said, "Here's where you can go." No, just because I said actually, Wausau is voted #1 in the world for beating women on this article. I got death threats for that. It was fucking hilarious. So I literally on YouTube started getting on my game room emergency meeting live stream. I was getting some fucking weird comments on that shit, threatening to chop me up into pieces. I'm like, guys, I never fucking been to Poland in my life. Relax. It's nothing to do with me. I am simply the best man on every angle, every side to have in the position of power in the pickup community. I run the pickup community, yet I'm a married man and I have a daughter. Seems contradictory, but isn't that the best fucking person to have doing this? Not only in terms of within the community, I'm qualified. I have done dating, I have done relationships, I have done and am doing family. And that makes me super fucking qualified. And then on the outside, for feminists or woke people or whatever you want to say, I'm a family man. And I'm a competent person. So anyway, enough of that. Let me see here. She kissed me. Does she like me? We got some, I think next week or 2 weeks from now, we get I think it's 2 weeks from now, we get an article coming out for pickup artist memes. And there was one I was looking at yesterday. It's one of the best ones. Basically, he's having sex with her and she's looking that way. He's on the bed, she's on top of him, penis is inside. But he's on his laptop saying, okay, RSD, what do I do next? Is it a fucking shit test, bro? This is what some of you guys are like sometimes. Or not you guys necessarily, but just men in general. Like, we are so fucking dumb. We can't fucking read the obvious signs that she's into us. We need to be the ones leading. So this is the stuff I'm really going to be talking about a lot on future live streams. And I'll literally just answer your questions on those live streams and just have fun with Reddit and shit like that. All right, so what did you think about the debate? Shit show. If I was not muted half the time, you would have just heard me fucking laughing and struggling to breathe. But I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone in particular. It's just like a little stressful. Like, these debates were never stressful after the first two. The first one, Markus Wolf and Michael Sartain, that was fucking stressful. They were like shouting at each other. I was like, should I step in or is this entertaining? So it's like sometimes I have to take a shot, but sometimes I just gotta let things unfold. So there's a little bit of wisdom that you can never really perfect, because sometimes you just gotta let things happen. Like, you gotta let uh your children hurt themselves in order for them to learn the lesson. So it's kind of like that. Um this is for Deepak. Why is it easier for Indian men to date European women compared to what? I'm not interested in the whole I'm European, Indian, whatever thing. You are unique. I am Ice White. You are whatever your name is in the chat. Why are you blurring yourself into the background instead of sticking the fuck out? Have some fucking identity, guys. She forgot to call the cops on. Should I marry her? Good idea. No. Happens. Just a shit test. You guys are hilarious. Side by side, it really fucks with the video. It's not ideal. Michael Sartain versus Mr. Lucario versus Deepak, or man, it's gonna be we didn't you see the free for all debate? All of them were there apart from Deepak. Yeah, pretty crazy. Put Steve the Deepak winning, so we gotta get him back. Alrighty, I think I'm just gonna leave it here, but send me a message if you have any ideas. Quickly in the chat though, which of those stood out to you the most? Was it Reddit? Was it trending news and shit like that? Is it the free coaching? Like, if we do free coaching every week and I just answer your questions for like 3 or 4 fucking hours every Monday or whatever. Is it something like that you guys want to see? Let me know what it is. And was there another one here? Yeah, just like basically that's it. Alright, catch you guys on the other side. Game on. This has been a real fucking shit show though. Crazy. I have not read that book, no. But he seems like a very intelligent guy. There was a good interview between Dr. David Buss and Michael Sartain. So that's all I know, but seems very interesting. News and Q&A. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, Reddit is a bit of a pain in the ass, but might fucking roll with it. effectively, I kind of did news and Reddit a few days ago. But yeah, I think coaching is really going to be the ultimate thing. Like, it's just, could you get the natural lifestyles? I can't remember who that is. Is that like the curly hair guy? Is he like English or something? Fuck, what's his name? I don't know. Man, I'm not familiar with some of these fucking guys. But I am almost weekly reaching out or like discovering, scouting people. Today's theme, James, yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Today's theme, I was reaching out to a bunch of Japanese guys. I just Googled, I had to search in Japanese on YouTube and I just found a bunch of random Japanese guys. I'm just curious, like, I could run something, use Google Translate for the questions and just have them answer. And the new YouTube feature for dubbing, audio dubbing, will automatically put it into English and Japanese and Spanish and whatever. So people are going to really be able to reach this stuff. I think I detected that there are a few things the Japanese guys are doing that we are completely unaware of. Especially there's a very big secret I'm fucking holding on to that I learned from the Japanese, and it's just fucking genius, and it's a wonder how nobody else is doing it outside of Japan. But um I'll hold on to that. James Marshall, yeah, that's the guy I was thinking of. I'll hold on to this fucking weird secret. It sounds so fucking vague, but yeah. Infield, as you know it's gonna be at its fucking end because there is a better way. There's a better way. It's not 100% perfect, but it's almost perfect. And it's better than how it's being done now. And I think Japanese have uh made that fucking progress. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. And if they manage to do that, who knows what else they can bring to the fucking table in terms of global knowledge. Like, we just have English speakers. Imagine our panels that we can do in Japanese with like Japanese guys, with Latinos, with Russian guys. Those guys are pretty fucking hardcore though. They're more like mystery method as far as I gather, but it's pretty fucking crazy. Anyway, the good gamers ain't even have a Reddit account. Let's be real. Yeah, it's pretty much true. Because even some of the best, man, I hate this whole thing where there are dating coaches who are like, it was kind of mentioned today. They're like, I'm the best in the world or shit like that. I shouldn't be saying this. But then the people who really are the best are the ones you don't actually know about. The naturals that are out there, the people who are not spending their time trying to coach over people or making their own websites, they're just doing their own thing and they don't care what other people are doing. They know maybe they can monetize it or whatever, but they're just doing their own thing. They're not trying to prove themselves. I think there's a pretty significant percentage of guys in this industry who are motivated to become coaches, who have become self-proclaimed coaches because they lacked self-validation in the past or approval from their parents or society in general. So you can see this in a few particular people. Nobody who is here today, but people who tend to make hate videos hating on other coaches. A lot of these guys probably didn't have much validation growing up. So then once they discover, oh, there's this pickup thing, I can prove to myself that I am worthy. and then I can prove to others that I am worthy. So be careful of those who really screech for receipts and evidence all the time, because the same guys are often those who are constantly trying to prove themselves. Exactly. You have nailed it, Mr. Person in the chat. Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's often those who don't care about proving things who are the ones who have the most to give, in a sense. So, yeah, there are so many ways this can go, but I'll just fucking leave it there. This has been going on for 3.5 fucking hours now. Game on. I'm gonna end this now. Didn't even fucking click. All right. Join the groups. If you haven't even joined the groups, you are fucking crazy. But game on.